Hello everybody. Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Good, right microphone, that's always a good start. I've had this pet cam, it's starting to kind of skew. Also, I don't think Moose has been there in like a while. It's not his favorite bed. Hi everybody, happy Thursday, welcome back. I was going to change my scene, but I don't have the game running yet. I was going through my CurseForge, deleting add-ons that I haven't used in a million years. Things like Manuscripts Journal, which is good for collecting... oh, hi, kitty. Oh, there you go. Up you get. Good for collecting dragon manuscripts in, like, Dragonflight and stuff, which is, you know, it's cool. Still works. It's just, I don't... I don't do that. I'm finally getting rid of my PvP add-ons. I can always get them back if I need to. Eventually. I never really used that one. What else can I get rid of? I can't get rid of RC Loot Cancel. It'll come back eventually. Maybe this. Not that. I like that one. This is compelling content, I know. Pixel Koala, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Looks like a delightfully comfy sweatshirt. It really, really is. It's enormous, and it's the next best thing to still being in bed. It's really good. Did I turn on Sand? I guess we can load up the game. I want to do basically what we did yesterday, which is pacing out the Lunar Festival farm, because it occurred to me as I was getting the Elder tokens to get the mount for 75 tokens. I get bored trying to get 75 in one sitting, even with like the quest and whatever. So, doing it in multiple sessions seemed to be a better proposition for me. We had, let me see here. I made an Earthen Hunter to do that because I figure he's getting exploration experience along with Lunar Festival experience. So Moofy over here has been doing that. Good place, as good a place to start as any. Octopixie with a 49-month resub. Thank you very much. Always delighted to see you here. Morning Hazel, I realized the AQ Mog has a rep requirement. I think it's a rep that you get while running AQ, but yeah, stinky. No fun at all. I mean, depending on what's fun for you. Kitty, you gonna stay? Why don't you just hang out? You were following me around all morning waiting for me to stream. You can stay, it's nice. There's a lap. It'll be warm. I have the heat on in here. It'll get warmer, I promise. I promise. Oh, these have turned off. I'm gotta reboot this up. Oh, I was so done with the Lunar Festival farming. I didn't even get him into like a rested area or anything. I just logged him at where he was. I did finish Lunar Preservation, so there's gonna be 25 coins waiting for me from there. I only need 75, and I have 32, so we're in the home stretch, as it were. But we definitely have more of these yet to come. We're using candy buckets to zip around and keep track of. Oh, you can do it. Sometimes if I have too many metal things on my desk, it interferes with my Bluetooth pairing. I was trying to repair them so that I could maybe troubleshoot the crackling I had yesterday, but now it doesn't seem to want to connect at all. That's no good. You guys have sound, so that's nice. I suppose I don't technically need it. Be kind of, sort of, okay. But what my heart wants, well, there's two things my heart wants. What my heart wants in WoW is just to get back into Blackwing Lair, so that there's 2 pieces of Mog, just 2 pieces of Mog left in that raid. One of them is a sick gun. It's a really cool gun Mog. And I'd like to try to get those, because then I'm gonna start farming in AQ. Not the underground one yet. That's gonna be second, but the above ground one to start. And I'm looking forward to a change of scenery. But yeah, let's get like the Northern Kalimdor tokens for a start here. Repair them to repair them. Repair. You lost me. Kindly caught you alive. Hello, welcome. Happy morning. We've got coffee. We've got shower thoughts. What else could somebody need? There's that. And then there's going to be another one in Ironforge itself. And if we feel like we want to take breaks, it kind of works out because I'm not very good at managing my vigor. So while I'm pretty fast for dragon riding around, I'm not very efficient, so I end up having to wait and recharge. Oh, repair to repair them. Oh, that is clever. Yeah, I tried to repair, but I've just despaired. Okay. Maybe I'll flight path myself to the next one and I'll work on it while I'm doing that. Hello. Oh. No, that was just them shutting down. Okay, so there's that. 35. So 50, 60. So I need another 15 of these, basically, is what we're at. And our next one is going to be, gotcha, right over there. Tempting me to go get the rest of the tier I'm missing from Molten Core Blackwing Lair. Don't have ATT, but do want to fill out those armor sets. It goes so much faster than it used to. And I know that's not a secret, but it feels pretty good. I recommend it. Okay, let me try this one more time. Turn it off. Ta-da! When in doubt, just keep power cycling things until it decides it likes you again. That mount is fun. Did I do the staff power-up quest? Yes, it is right here in my quest log. I started my noxious whelp feralist pet farm while waiting for the time walking. Oh, time walking! Oh, you reminded me. Time walking queues, my hunters. Yeah, those would be long queues. You reminded me I should also do that. I'm a big baby. I don't wanna. I should do it before I forget. I've got 3 streams. I got today, tomorrow, and then Sunday. I also don't have to do them all in one day. I could do like 2, 2, and 1. Or 2 and 3 or something like that. We're only missing a few class sets. Made more progress over the years than I thought. Be nice cause then when I get exalted with Hydraxian Waterlords as well. Happens on Saturday. That was encompassed under tomorrow in the sentence. Luckily you can miss a week. Yeah, but then I won't get the B as soon. Because today's Friday. Oh, today isn't Friday, is it? Today's Thursday. I really thought it was Friday for a moment. Just let me have this. It's gonna be okay. Oh, in the spirit of making excuses that don't matter, I did not really sleep much last night, and then I went to yoga anyway, so I am crumbling. It's not going well over here. I was forgetting poses in the sequence, which I never do. It's the same thing every day. I've been doing it for 6 months. I never miss anything, but I got to one point and I'm like, did I do this other thing? I sure didn't. Oh well, never mind. There's always tomorrow. Not doing so good. Also been one day ahead all week. Also thought it was Friday today. I think I was talking about Friday and that made it feel Friday-ier. Here's a word for you. How's Moofy doing? He's level 23. 23. I suppose we can spend talent points while we're flying if it's gonna handhold me as to which ones to get anyway. Alrighty. And then up and away, because that hurts. I wish it was Friday. I would be playing the new D3 season right now. Oh, nice. Lost all sense of the days because I normally work Fridays. Got swapped to Wednesday. As far as I'm concerned, today is Saturday. I could embrace weekend being right now. I could get on board with that. Also, I think that my default sound, you guys have it, so it's definitely still coming through, but I need to mess with my Windows sound because while I am connected, I'm not hearing anything. Windows sound. If I'm making bing bings, then I started that sentence wrong. I'm gonna make some bing bongs. Control panel sound, maybe. Just because it was disconnected for a hot minute. So it's probably forgotten that it's supposed to be the default device. Test? No, not that one. Bing bong? Bing bong. Oh, never mind. It's fine. You guys heard the bing bong? Oh, okay. Well, there's a mystery for me to figure out when I'm smarter. Not that was the doorbell. Nah, I was just trying to test my Windows sound to figure out if I can get it coming through my earbuds. So far, not so good. Whoa! Alright, are we safe? I think we're safe. Those things do not scale down to me. Well, we're heading all the way up to the hinterlands now, so that's going to be a little bit of a flight. What happened to all the plushies? What happened to them? What do you mean what happened to them? Like, where are they? They're over that way. They're just on the other side of the desk. That's all. I decided to rotate them around, except that I don't do an awful lot of rotating. I like those ones. I kind of want to turn in the lunar preservation quest, but I really don't need to. I just need to get to 50. I just need another 12 of these because it's worth 25, and I'm sure that's math I can remember. Everything will be fine. Thought it was Friday when I came to work on Tuesday. Imagine my disappointment. Oh, man. I've been slowly untangling some things in my world. It's coming all right. I'm going over here. Oh, you know what else I started doing? I started watching Satisfactory like tips and guide videos to kind of get a handle on maybe how I could be a better fix-it pioneer in this other game I've been playing. And then I saw that a lot of people, instead of just kind of like reworking their one main base factory to produce the things that they're looking for, which has been getting increasingly complicated and kind of rough, instead of doing that, they'll be like, oh, hey, I need, you know, rotors or whatever. I'm going to go make a rotor factory. And they'll figure out what kind of mats they need. They'll plug it into a calculator. It'll spit out exactly how many constructors and smelters and whatever that you need for it. And then they'll just go set up like a little outpost just to make those things with like new mats, as opposed to just like repurposing the ones they were already piping. So I was like, well, that's a cool concept. I want to try that. Plus I want to try using, I only just discovered the Zoop build mode. So I was very excited to give that a whirl. Should there not be a coin? Is it in the dungeon? Normally the dungeon ones have a different icon. No, it's on the building, eh? There is an elder up there. Yeah, haha. Haha, you can't hide from me. As though they tried to. And then north, maybe. But yeah, I wanted to try an outpost, but I made the fatal mistake of, instead of trying to set up, you know, like a practice factory just to make something really simple like cables or whatever, I decided that I hate myself and I want my first one to be for motors, which involves a lot of things. I originally wanted to produce 20 motors per minute, and then I started laying out all the buildings and I was like, this is not happening. This is way too many. So I scaled it back to half that, and the building is still 5 times larger than I really thought it was going to be. Oh, it is in a cave. You're so sneaky. There we go. I was hesitant to watch those videos, didn't want to have them influence me to play a certain way, but eventually I watched them to see how wrong I did it. I kind of waited until I felt a sense of growing dis-ease with my gameplay experience. Sometimes I'll be playing a game and I'll start to get frustrated with how I'm going about things, but not feel smart enough to innovate how I should do it better. And that's usually when I know it's time for me to start watching videos, when I'm having that feeling of like, there's gotta be a better way, but the better way is like not occurring to me, or I can look at all of the component parts of the problem and realize that trying to figure it out from scratch might be a fun puzzle, or I might be just trying to reinvent the wheel when I can go and find out how everybody else, you know, makes theirs. So it's, I like noodling around and kind of getting my feet under me at first, and then, you know, and sometimes I never get to that point. I just want to play my way forever, but sometimes I'm like, you know, it would be really cool if there was a better way of doing this, and I'm not smart enough to design it from scratch right now. Or at least I need some ideas of the kind of principles that people keep in mind when they go about it. I am about to unlock trains in Satisfactory, and I am terrified to the core of my soul because I don't think I'm smart enough for trains. But we'll have to figure it. We'll figure it out. We've been smart enough for everything else. kind of programming games of the king of there must be a better way. Most importantly in Satisfactory, though, I discovered the customizer, I discovered the custom swatch thing, and I made myself a very cute, like washed out salmon pink with teal accent swatch. Very me. So I've made all of my buildings real adorable and pink, like a Barbie factory. So that brings me a lot of joy. Although I do kind of want to start color coding buildings like based on what they're making, but I'm not able to get really enough contrast for what I'm looking for, so I'm probably going to do it some other way. I just started labeling things as well. Am I up to 50? I need 7 more. So let's pick a new continent, huh? There's Northrend, there's Dragon Isles, there's Kazalgar. What do I want to do? I need, what did I say I needed? 7 more? So I could do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could do 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I can't go to Kazalgar yet. I'm a baby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What are my cool tiers? No elders? No. Do I want to go to the Dragon Isles? I don't know. Let's go to Northrend, I think. If we can do that in a reasonable frame of time. What's my plan to get to Northrend? Does he have a Hearthstone? He does. It will take him back to, I guess, Stormwind. You will eventually have to show how cute it is. It's the file I'm doing with Flabby, which thank goodness, because he's much better at exploring than I am. Oh man, I spent ages setting up fuel power. Just ages. And my fuel power plant, I decided to do an auxiliary power plant that was like at the fuel location instead of trying to like pipe the fuel all the way back because the fuel is really far from my camp. Also, I don't really know how to leave. Maybe over here. And it took me so long. Every time I ran from my base to this power plant to go back and forth, you know, like bringing materials or like touching things up or laying line or running whatever. Every time I went back and forth, I timed it. It took me about 20 to 25 minutes to run in real time, back and forth. And I was like equating that to like commuting to various like parks and drives that I do in real life. And I'm like, in this amount of time, I could have driven to this place. We could be hiking here right now. Just to like go back and forth from my base to this fuel area. And I was trying everything. I guess I didn't bring a car, but I was like hang gliding on the, zip lining on the power lines. I was doing all kinds of stuff. It was crazy. I am going to Northrend, question mark? Yeah, I'm not doing time walking, that's for sure. I think I decided on Northrend. There must be a better way. Well, now I don't need to walk back there anymore because I set up a lot of power and it's on the grid. And as far as I'm concerned, it can live there forever. I don't think I need to do anything else there. This way. So mad at the start of the year I wasn't thinking about WoW much, and now thanks to Hazel, fully back, have Captain Evoker. Nice! Did they ever give up on some world drop pets and buy them? Yeah. Gilded Waiter is a good case in point. Not exactly a world drop, but I tried. I tried so hard. I tried for so long. I tried with so many characters. And then I gave up and I bought it. I don't remember how many attempts it was. I don't think I was tracking them all the time. I think that I didn't always have rarity on. But it was months. It was months of multiple characters. It was awful. And it didn't drop, and it didn't even... I know that it's RNG, so this statement doesn't make any sense, but it didn't even feel close to dropping. I think I'm gonna have to go to Dragon Isles because I am not allowed through this portal, so... We're gonna skip the Dragon Isles intro after all. Yeah. And then, are you guys gonna make me run around and do all these things? My goodness. I knew I should have. Can I just... No. Well, at least they'll take me to Stormwind Harbor. Find it hard to find the void portal things. You can also drop from the chests. I don't even remember the void portals. I was farming chests for it. Anyway, I just bought it. That was back before I would shop for pets across different servers, too. I think nowadays I probably could have gotten it even cheaper. I'd say I'm curious at what they're going for now, but that's not true. That's a lie. I don't want to know. Sounds terrible. I have one now, and that's the important thing. Much harder to shop cross server. Yeah, it was doable for pets in particular, but I needed, I would have needed, I guess it depends on how back in the day it was, actually. I was going to say I would have needed Flabby to help me move gold with the gold trading thing, but even that was fairly recent. That was a post-Shadowlands change, I think. It's bizarre to me that there's a whole expansion that's over that happened after Shadowlands and before the one that we're in now. I know that's literally the definition of Dragonflight, but it's just weird to me that that much time has already passed. I don't get it. I was here the whole time. I don't trust it. I don't think so. That doesn't sound right. Take the portal or the ship. Oh, is there a portal? Lovely. Would have needed a transfer. Yeah, that sounds about where I would tap out normally.
Welcome to the Dragon Isles, explorers.
Well, look what the doing.
I kind of want to deep clean my coffee carafe. I have a stainless steel coffee pot that's like part of my coffee maker. And it's great because it's not glass, so I'm not going to like break it. It tends to not, oh good lord. It tends to not what am I trying to say here? Overheat my coffee or anything like that. And I'm familiar with like the general methods that people use to scale coffee makers. People use vinegar, people use like purchased solution, etc., etc. And I do wash it. It gets washed after a batch of coffee, but I was like, I feel like it could really use a deep clean. Like I was sniffing it this morning when I was pouring out I usually preheat it with hot water before I brew coffee because it's not there's no hot plate underneath it. It's just like an insulated stainless steel carafe. So if you heat up the carafe before you brew coffee, the whole thing stays a lot hotter. And I was pouring that water out and I was like, well, this is definitely not like a neutral scent. It smells like coffee. I don't know if we could really call this a benefit to the coffee making. But the reason I'm hesitant about it is the last time I did that, I feel like my coffee was worse for like a while before it built back up another residue, which is kind of gross, but like, you know, what are you gonna do? Also, I need to turn off everything here. Let's just calm down with that. Just make lots of them go away. They're really signal jamming me here. There's an elder up north here. I guess I can just do them based on this map. What is this mysterious flight of the winged lizards you speak of? Dragonflight. Very forgettable expansion to me. What's the thing I remember most about Dragonflight? I had a ball of a time with professions. I love the profession rework and I made so much gold with it. Okay. What are you telling me about? It's a treasure. There we go. Alright. Now we're getting somewhere. Turn off all kinds of things. Because I am just doing elders. I don't even really want to see world quests if we're being honest. Probably remember the time your legendary didn't drop enough for you to go back to priest. Well, now I remember it. No idea what class to play. Pick based on what tier set I like most. That's a valid way to do it. Made a rogue torn, subtlety spec, and named him unnoticeable. Last delve was beyond the character limit. It's a good one. Oh, bird tired. Funny looking bird. Still toy. We just need 6 more coins and then we can be free of our prison. We can go do other things. We're supposed to get a remix late this year? I defer to you guys on that one. I know they said they were doing something. That's an incredibly vague sentence I just said, and that's about all I'm confident at saying. It sounds right. It sounds right. Probably nothing announced as far as I know. Yeah, I'm kind of just in a, you know, wait and see when it comes to that kind of thing. Currently thinking Demon Hunter. Remix would be fun again, though. I had a lot of fun the first time. There's a elder. I guess up here. Yeah, there we go. Alright. And then, can I, like, filter out world quests? There we go. That's gonna help a little bit. It was a bit long, 3.5 months. I think because they had some remix exclusive cosmetics and stuff, they wanted to give a pretty big window of time for people to come in and do it before it was gone, because it was going to be such a FOMO thing. I think if you make it too fast, then people that are, I don't know, on a cruise for that particular 6 weeks, they're going to be completely out of luck. I was finished with it well before it was over, though. Ian alluded to it heavily in an interview. Would be like December, I think, based on the roadmap graphic. Keep thinking Midnight is supposed to come out later this year, but it's just the announcement, maybe? So lost. I'm just along for the ride at this point. I used to be dialed in to the I mean, I still wouldn't speculate a whole lot because I don't know, I don't get the point. But I used to at least be dialed into the stuff they'd actually announced. I think that stopping doing news videos really let go of any threads that I was using to hold on to reality. Oh, Saga, I'm sorry to hear that. Expected for January, February 2026. 6 weeks is way too long for a cruise. I have no idea how long cruises are. I just know people get on a big boat and they go away for a while. I've never done one. Every time someone I know is on a cruise, I'm like, all right, so they're going to be back one day. They'll probably call me eventually, but what happens is eventually I'll get back in touch with them and I'm like, oh, how was your cruise? And they're like, that was last year. I've been home for 6 months. And I'm like, oh, I see. Roadmap has all the info. Yeah. I guess it's just that I'm okay with being a little out of touch on it, because I think it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when the stuff comes out. It's not like I'm gonna not play it, you know. I log in every day. Worst case scenario, the splash screen will tell me, and I'll be like, "Oh, there's a new thing to go do," and then we'll go do it. All right, we need 4 more. These envelopes are... I feel bad complaining about them because they're lucky red envelopes that the elders have given me as a gift. You know, it kind of feels a little spoiled to complain about how annoying they are, but they're really annoying. If they put a 1 copper vendor on them, they would be gone in a heartbeat. Log in every day that I stream. Yeah, that's true. I think I go through phases with WoW. I go through in and out phases. I've definitely eased off a bit more in the last, in recent years, but it's been in kind of a comfortable way. It's not that I don't play anymore. It's just that I'm kind of comfortable to play the amount that I do, and then mess around with other stuff as well. Up in the main tower thing. Hey, Hazel and chat. Alpha 7 Saga, how are you doing today? I think the icon people thought was going to be remixed was the one changed to the player housing icon. Maybe upstairs? I'm not doing super hot at finding the elders here. It's even farther back. I guess it could be up on the mountain as well. That would make sense. Elders love mountains. Right? Yeah. Yeah, they do. Leatrix have an option. Yeah, it does. Yeah. I think it still asks, but you don't have to type delete for the blue ones anymore, but I could be misremembering. So there's 2 in the Azure Span. They're really far apart. There's 2 in Theldraszus. They're not much better. Oy. I think I'm going to try to flight path myself up to Algathera. I think that's going to be my best bet here, because otherwise I'm just going to be drowning trying to get enough vigor to go up places. Why does Dragonflight feel like a distant dream? I know, it does not feel like we were just here. We have Saga and 7th Saga. Does that imply the existence of Saga 2 through 6? I was, my first Twitch name before I was Hazelnutty Games, I was Hazelnutty8. And I would occasionally field questions about what happened through 1 through 7.
Greetings.
I just liked the number 8. It was just a lucky number situation, but it was a valid question. Did you eat Hazel 1 through 7? Mm-hmm. And then I had 9 for dessert. Everyone thinks I'm all friendly and stuff, but that's just because my victims are not kept around as witnesses. You know, sometimes you're hungry. Oh, gosh. Okay, do you want to come back up? What happened? Oh, I'll never tell. No, I was back. Remember when I was Hazelnutty8 on Twitch instead of Hazelnutty Games? I was just joking about where 1 through 7 really went. You want to come up, or you good to sit right there? You can come up if you want. You'll never get hurt. Hi. Yeah, that's a nice kitty. Even though you just implied on record you're a cannibal, cannot see it. Yeah. I was trying to come up with some argument where I didn't really mean it in like a cannibal way. I wasn't imagining like eating a human person. I was just kind of thinking, you know, when you've got like that joke about how 7, 8, 9, and then you've got like 9, the number 9 written out, looking all like ah. That was kind of what I had in mind. Anyways. Anyways. Oh, we've got an elder here, another one down there. Oh man, I don't really miss all this just yet. I will miss it eventually, I think. It was a very beautiful expansion. The zones were all gorgeous. There's cool stuff going on. Also didn't think of the crime against humanity. And then down here. Yeah, that's alright. But yeah. At some point in my life, I don't know when, I want to make time to try to finish setting up my motor factory and Satisfactory. And the trouble is that I've like laid out the requisite buildings, and I'm trying to do a logistics floor this time, like I've seen other people do. But it's a fairly complex factory, so when I go underneath, I laid out, you know, like my conveyor floor holes. It looks, it's really tough for me to remember what's going to where and what is for what. And I was experimenting with different ways to try to label it and keep it organized, and I don't have an awesome solution for it yet. So I think that it's going to be a real project to try to get all of the logistics connected correctly underneath the factory. So I'm just going to do my best. I think my plan is to pretty much wing it. Whenever I looked up, I tried looking up a couple different videos on how to do like a logistics floor in Satisfactory. And in most of the videos I watched, somebody was like, so you make an extra floor and then you have your logistics down there. And I'm like, thanks. I guess I'm going to have to think for myself after all. Should play it again now that it's out of early access. It's 1.0. I felt kind of gratified that I had waited until 1.0 came out, just because I don't know, they got a lot of kinks worked out of it while I was busy procrastinating on playing it, and now I'm playing it in the finished version. That never happens to me. Basement with all the levers and switches, all the belts, like routing of the materials underneath the factory, and then things just piped up and then piped down from the floor where the actual machines are, so that you don't have just like a tangled mess of belts on your production floor, and that the production floor is easier to navigate around. Eleanor, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Welcome to stream, Eleanor. Oh man. I figure they printed money with the Britishar. I think that figure is probably legit or close to it. Is my bird feeling better? My bird's feeling better. This is, I think, yeah, second to last elder. So, oh, he's a furbolg. And then we can head down this way, which should at least be mildly downhill. And then we will be done. We'll be able to get the Lunar Festival mount. And then it's entirely possible that Moofy here retires until such a time as I finish leveling him. Even as much as the Celestial Steed for the price of it, limited time. Are alerts off or did I miss it? I'm not sure. They look like they should be on. I don't have any sound coming through my ears, so I'm just relying on seeing it in my activity feed. But I didn't disable anything, although you never know when something's going to just decide it wants to take a break. At least they don't think it made 130 million in 2 weeks, like I've seen in other places, because math is hard. Yeah, lots of money. It's hard not to feel a little cynical about that kind of thing, although I have one, so I'm not one to complain. But I don't know, if I was going to try to really grub around for a silver lining, it's nice when a game that you really like to play is profitable, I guess, because maybe it's less at risk of getting canned. You know, as long as it's making money like that, and presumably they're going to continue investing development resources in it. That's your excuse of a silver lining. That's my excuse of a silver lining anyway. Alright, I want to go to Moonglade. How am I going to get to Moonglade? I don't have anything on this character, really. Oh. Can I just do it from here? That would be crazy. Oh. Alright, well, we can probably do it from Stormwind. Oh, no, can't use the Dalaran one. Oh, dear. Can't use the Garrison one. Oh, dear. Alright, well, I guess I'll take a flight path up to Valdrakken. And then maybe take the port from Valdrakken to Stormwind, and then set its heart to Stormwind would be smart. And then I can teleport to Moonglade. It's a little more roundabout than I wanted to, but that's what I get for doing this in a brand new character. He doesn't have any teleports. And he's not even a high enough level to use more of the account-wide ones.
How are you?
So, yeah, just, send me up. That's fine. Walk back to Stormwind. There has to be a better way. I need to go back to Moonglade to turn in the Lunar Preservation quest. I cannot just stay in Stormwind. Lantern toy. What kind of lantern toy? Probably. Let me see. Doesn't that need, like, stone lantern? I have a Loon's lantern. Create an Loon stone with solid stone. Maybe that's a different toy. It creates the moonlight. Does it create the greater moonlight that your quest item requires? Because if the Elder one didn't work, I don't know if that one would work for the teleport sake. That works for some studios. Argument is it's money that goes back into development. Oh, I don't think the money goes back into development directly. I just think that the money represents a potential value that keeps the IP as a whole relatively safe when it comes to chopping block time. That's more where I was coming from. It's not that they're investing all of it right back into making the game as good as it's going to be. It's just that, you know, if they're deciding which of their children they're going to axe, maybe the one that you've been stealing money off of is going to live another year. I'm positive today. That's my excuse. I don't know. Hi, kitty cat. How you doing? Meow. A lot of news about money amounts that start to sound like imaginary numbers. Yeah. Well, gets enough development for me. We get lots of content patches. We get lots of collectibles. The raids and dungeons have been very strong, and they come out often enough that I don't feel like we're left hanging. I'm quite happy with the amount of content we get from WoW, so I don't really need them to put any more into it. But yeah, I don't think that they're putting all of the proceeds from something like the Big Brutosaur into it. I don't even know what you would do with that kind of money. Maybe. I also don't know anything about game development, so whatever. You know what I know about? Because if you figure it out, let me know. I'm going to Stormwind, and I'm going to set my hearth to Stormwind so that I can stop hearthing back to the earthen place, which is kind of annoying to run through. Hazel, I have re-entered my Holy Priest era. Welcome back, Scarlet. Okay. Overwatch, Hearthstone, HOTS. Others were all made with WoW money. I think Hearthstone makes its own money at this point. Although, I don't know. I did a Hearthstone BG this morning, and I should have picked Patchwork. I didn't, and we died very early. 577, don't know what to do now. Heroic Dungeons, Mythic Zeros. Zeros are good. Maybe Delves, Siren Isle maybe. I don't actually, I have a good lock anymore on what the item level brackets are.
Need help?
I don't think I've really like properly geared up an alt this whole expansion so far. Okay, that's set up. This hasn't taken as long as I thought it would. Although every minute that I spend doing this is a minute that I'm not currently running Blackwing Lair, which sounds like so much fun. Take me back to Moonblade. How many beledar attempts? I don't know. I'm not tracking them. I have rarity installed sometimes. And then sometimes it's turned off. So, some. I've been doing it most, well, I can't even say most days. More than it feels like a lot of people have anyway. I think I'm officially unlucky. Although it's really hard to back that claim up without any actual numbers. I feel like I'm unlucky. I don't need these things because I'm pretty sure I have them. Yeah, we got them. Alrighty, so that's my 75 tokens. Hello, would you please sell me one lunar launcher? Thank you. It's always a festival when you are on the lunar launcher. One rocket, please. Good day, Hazel. Hello. I should have I should be able to actually show you guys the WoW drop that's current because I finally got mine. I turned on Jack's stream yesterday because I was like, oh, I actually should do this at some point. Oh, look at that. It's like a regular rocket mount that they've really lunarified. Also, my feet clip through it. What are you gonna do? Yeah, I'm happy with that. All right, Moofy, you can just log out here. That's fine. I'm really unlucky with the links map from Hellowfall. It certainly felt that way. I think I'm gonna delete these guys. I can make new characters next time I want to go shopping on those realms. I think they've served their purpose. I want to do some BWL. I've got 2 pieces of Mog left from there. I got the rest of my stream day. Don't remember the add-on to do the quests. I mean, you don't need an add-on, but I have a week aura that just kind of tracks which ones I have and haven't done, and it just makes it easier for me to see whether or not I've done everything available for the week. It's a week aura though. Okay, so now the question is, which characters have I done this on already? I think she can just stay in Hellowfall unless I really run out of characters. I did all of these hunters. I did these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hunters. So I think maybe druids are going to be next. And then I'll worry about other classes. Hang on, Petal Bloom, get up there with the druids. Be nice if you could have a couple auto sorts to auto sort by class or something like that. Does it take more than 2 minutes to learn how to use the weak aura? Or weak auras in general, or that particular weak aura? Because weak auras in general is a vastly different experience depending on whether you want to make them yourself, which I don't recommend if you're not explicitly excited about that, or import things from other people. It's basically just a framework that you then pull things from Wago, import them, and then use things that people have made. I and many people use weak auras like that, where we don't really mess with them at all, aside from like dragging them around the screen. That's very easy to do. You can learn how to do that in 2 minutes. That's a copy-paste import. If you're trying to make them yourself, then that's kind of like a whole other ballgame. I had to start organizing leveling my alts to 80 because it was really bothering me. Okay. Go Gadget Blackwing Lair. We are looking for 2 items. Leg guards of the Fallen Crusader from Firemaw, and a Dragon Breath hand cannon from Ebonrock. Those are the only things I need, so I'm not actually doing Nefarian, because I have all of the Mog that Nefarian could possibly give me. So once I've killed Ebonrock, I can get ported out of here, get on another character, try it again. Unfortunately, Firemaw and Ebonrock are both past the slow, so there's no world in which we don't have to do that. But the good news is I have at least a couple more characters that can stealth past it, and then I've got characters that can kind of sort of cheese past it. And then I'm going to be on the characters that just have to auto run and hope for the best, because as far as we can tell, the punting thing where the dragon kicks you up the ledge does not seem to work anymore. They just don't want to do that move. It may have been removed. I don't know why they would have done that, but you can't explain everything in life. Just woke up, think Candy Notes has an add-on. Alrighty. And there we go. Unfortunately, Beledar is not skippable, even though I feel like she should be. Maybe you're just so much higher than them that the punt misses? Maybe. If that was true, though, then it's basically the same as it being removed, because you would need to run it on a strangely specific character. When the next patch drops, I'd like to make a weak core that does a SAM with a new tier set bonus buffs. One where it's like gambling, appears and drops off. From the video of Let's Go Gamble and Aw Dang It. I'm not familiar with those. It sounds fun, though. I don't know what the Oh Fishy was from, but I like the little animated fish emote. That's very cute.
5, 4, 3.
One day when I really accept that I'm not going to do anything more important in my life, it would be fun to try to animate some of the emotes that I have. That would be a good way to track how often the bonus is actually proccing. I feel like you must have like rogues, pirate rogues, combat rogues, or whatever they're called now. Avasti Hardy's rogues. They must have some kind of a like a roll the bones weak core that keeps track of it in the same kind of way, you'd think. Maybe add more sub milestones. Well, what else? Well, what else can I offer? I have nothing left to give. I didn't have a whole lot to give in the first place. I have like no imagination for sub milestones and rewards and stuff. And I'm like a real stick in the mud about a lot of the normal ideas. They just don't sound fun for most people, you know? At least for me. I don't think they sound all that fun. Yes, you are. I don't know. Acorn hatching into a squirrel. It writes itself. Does it? Getting transmog drops? I only need 2, so the bosses that I'm trying for mog drops are coming up here. You're our stick in the mud. Listen, if I almost never feed you, then it gets really exciting when I ever decide to cough up anything new. Chat, Discord gets to make an alt for you to level. I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to play a character that wasn't my idea, just because at that point it just seems like a weird chore. Any luck here? No? And I know that sounds spoiled, but it's true. I don't think it would be very good content. I think other people can make that good content because they're less weird about it than me. Pre-made custom starter group doodle-doo. List a group. Streamer starves chat more at 11. May I have more saline water? Oh, doing anything sounds hard. I think the problem is that I'm so like comfy and happy doing this that it's like, why would I do anything other than this? If this is working for me and it's working for you, why would we change it up, you know? You can stealth through the slow room without being slowed. Rogues can stealth, druids can stealth, hunters can camo. Sometime wanted to do what you're doing now, Mog Hunt. So I started totally Hazel inspired. Like your ATT farms missing Mount Farm Saturday. Oh, yeah. Get back to it eventually. I forget what it was that I was going for. Man, I did not... I was going to say I didn't get anything, but I only have 2 pieces left from this raid, so it could take a while before we get anything. Am I missing my Mount Farm Saturdays? Oh, me? Not really. I liked doing mount runs with Flabby when we were doing like Antorus and what else did we do? Jailer and stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't know why we don't do that anymore. Mount Farm Tuesdays were a party? Probably Nyalotha. Yeah, something like that. I think we did Nyalotha as well. Okay. Time to bring through another druid. Should I do... Maybe after the druids I'll... Oh, I don't want to... I got the Lunar Festival mount done. That's good, right? I need to do time walking this week. I'm just procrastinating it. I just wanted to be in Blackwing Lair. Have you searched for an add-on or Wakora? Auto creates a custom group and then leaves? I haven't. It sounds like something that I wouldn't want to use. I understand the application, but it doesn't take very long to do that manually, and I feel like because it's kind of unintended behavior of the group finder, any add-on that's actually messing around with that is kind of at the risk of being chopped by Blizzard. Not that it's like bannable behavior or anything, but it's like a little cheesy. I don't feel a need to do it any faster than I'm already going, I think. The tricky thing is figuring out when you are approximately a minute away from being finished with your run, because you can do it earlier while you're still in combat, and that way you don't have to hang out for a minute. Last ones missing are the hardest. I'm farming Nighthold for 2 class cloaks myself. Okay. 2 more. What is that for? The custom group thing? It teleports you out to the entrance, which is really nice when there's no, like, inn nearby that you could hearth to. I don't know why I've stealthed over here. Da-da-da. And if you know you're going to be farming it again next week, it's nice to have a bunch of characters just, like, still nearby in the area. Because I found that if I log out in the instance, it tends to kick them out to their hearth location, so sometimes that can make it farther to get back to it. Yeah, druids can dreamwalk for sure. I could just be dreamwalking on them anyway. I forgot. I'm probably liable to forget again. But what if we just get the last 2 pieces of Mog here and then we can move on? That there are commands you can use, make a macro? For the group thing? Maybe leaving it, but probably not creating a custom group because there's text fields you have to fill. You have to give your custom group a title. I usually just spam numbers, but I would be very surprised if you could list a custom group with a text title via macro. That doesn't sound like the kind of thing macros can do. I'm just guessing, but it sounds true. Okay. Off and away. Makes me want to have a druid of every kind for just that. Yeah, they're great for farming. But also, I don't think I don't usually. I like add-ons that make my life easier. I like trying out new ones. I'm always a little skeptical of something that is more solution than the problem justifies. The internet is really prone to that. Everybody wants to have some kind of a niche and some kind of a trick and some kind of a gotcha and some kind of like a thing to push, and they want to be part of the solution, which is great. But sometimes we're coming up with solutions to things that were not problems. Yeah. Not everything needs an add-on. What is your favorite solution to not a problem? Oh, man.
5, 4, 3,
At the risk of catching some flack, and I will fully admit that I don't have this product, so I don't understand it, and maybe it's awesome, and I just don't get it. And also, I'm speaking from my limited perspective of my own lifestyle. But, like, people were talking about how many people got these Ember mugs for Christmas. And we Googled them later, and they're really expensive. And the whole thing is that it'll keep your drink hot longer. But, like, if you just drank it, I don't get it. I maybe it's just because I have 1 cup of coffee and I just slam it, and then it's gone, and then I wash my mug. You know, I don't know how high tech the dishes need to be, but I will fully admit I'm just hating on something that I don't own, because it doesn't suit my life. I'm not judging anybody for having one, especially because I know a lot of them are gifts, but like it's just really funny to me. If I wanted to stay warm longer, yeah, that's true. There's also thermal mugs, the little insulated mug. You know, I've got a travel mug for taking to the lake. I can get that. Tend to take half a day to finish a cup of coffee. Don't mind it cold. Don't tell me it's countertop dishwashers. People have drinking problems. It takes a long time to drink a coffee. I used to drink tea out of really tiny cups because that way, yes, the tiny cup of tea would cool off faster, but if it was only like 2 mouthfuls of tea, every time I refilled it, whenever I was ready to drink some, it would be hot from the pot again. And I liked that because I also kind of liked the fiddliness of like continually pouring tea. I liked pouring tea. Nothing from Firemaw. We're hoping for a gun from Ebon Ruck. It's a mug, not a thermos, which would be my solution to having a drink stay warmer longer. Yeah. Can't have my coffee quickly at the ER because I have to run around all morning. Yeah, what happened to thermoses? I thought everybody had like these insulated cups anyway. What are you farming? Transmog. I need 2 more pieces from this instance, and then I am good to go. Good to move on to the next raid. I'm farming all the things, appearances from the top of the list to the bottom. Okay, so I did not get what I needed. I'm gonna try and dreamwalk this time? Question mark? General? Druid? I can port to Moonglade. That's not right. Does not everybody have Dreamwalk? Do you have to like unlock it? Or am I like forgetting my ABCs? I'm pretty sure it would be here. Spectre? You have to talent into it? No. No, you don't. Okay, I'm just gonna do this the old-fashioned way. There's so many little things you have to do in this game where it's like, oh man, this class can do this thing, and it's like, there's all this like fine print of if your character has previously done X, Y, Z. And, I mean, if that's your main, then great, you probably did do X, Y, Z. But if you're me, and you have all these alts that have all done like a random assortment of nothing, then it's usually more trouble than it's worth to get XYZ thing running, because it's like, oh, I just needed it for a little, it doesn't even matter, you know, whatever. I'm going to have to do so many things on alts. I hate the hidden fine print on a lot of advice in this game. It never ends. There's always something. There's always a catch. Moonglade works the same way. It'll put you back. Tall running Garrison Hearthstone toys. I wonder if they're ever going to change that, because it's like, it just seems so counterintuitive. I don't know. Like, I understand, but also it's annoying that you have to go activate them on each character, and before that it'll just be like, you can't use this. What do you mean all my characters have it, but only some can use it, right? Use it 2 times. I mean, I know that's how Dreamwalk worked. I've just never heard of doing it with the Moonglade one. I guess I can try it on the next one. But I'm telling you, if it doesn't take me back, heads will roll. That add-on is all the things. ATT. Whose heads? I don't know. Anyone who is insisting. Will you eat the remains like a mantis? At the Bug Zoo, I learned that while it is true that sometimes during copulation female mantises will behead and consume their male partners, it's not all the time, and sometimes they escape. It said that approximately 90% of the predation attempts, or like 90% of the times that they're mating, the male gets away one way or another. So like the question is, do you like your odds? They must, because they keep doing it. Thought that was always and all the time. Yeah, apparently depends on how she's feeling. Is she hungry? Is he fast? Whatever it is. I was gonna ask if you would, if just a general question of, do you think that the ultimate act of love is worth a 10% chance of sudden death? But then I thought, this could get political. Let's not worry about it. We're going to... Dalaran, that's the one. Blizzard updated the February trading post. Oh. I'm sure there are human men that would take those odds. Man. Meowdy, what's going on? I heard that February trading post preview just dropped, so I want to go look it up. Hang on. WorldofWarcraft.com. We can do this. News? Haha. Celebrate 2 years of the trading post under the lunar light of February. Join us. Yeah. Extended reward bar. Additional 500 traders tender through a variety of activities. And then there's also going to be a selection including previously released transmogs, mounts, pets, toys, and monthly rewards. That's really good. There's lots of people that have been missing particular things that were monthly rewards. As an example, maybe like the Blood Hunter set. I don't know if all of them are in here, but new event vendors located in Dornagal. Yeah. So there's going to be lots of stuff available and extra tender. I'm glad I've saved some pets, mounts, and toys. So there's the Silver Moon Sweeper. What the hell is that? It doesn't know if it's a broomstick or a motorcycle. It's so goofy. What is it? Why is it like that? Vroom, vroom. Like, what are you doing? Oh, God. Okay. Nightmare Fuel. That's cute. But will I wear it? Probably not. I knew they were going to come out with these in other colors. Red skirt and leg wraps. And then we have a one-handed mace. Oh, this is probably cool. This looks like it's going to have good physics. Nightmare Fuel. Yeah, we had this conversation last time they came out with one of those things. I hate them. The little bear things. Awful. I can't stand them. I accept that that is not the majority opinion. I don't need you to hate them. I just need you to let me hate them. This looks like you would be whacking someone with like a string of tin cans. Do you think that they're gonna reskin this for the Goblin patch with the string of can-looking things as like Caja-Cola cans? I like that idea. All right. What else do you got? This is an offhand. It is a lantern. It's also a little bit terrifying. This month's bonus reward is an ensemble, the ornate pink Lunar Festival attire. I suppose that's fine. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. 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 Full belly rolling paw. No. Absolutely not. It's not just the eyes. It's the weird way that it's standing up like people. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Don't like it. Not for me. No thank you. Yeah, it's too humanoid. It's too humanoid with weird dead eyes. It looks like it's made of animatronics and it's gonna like open up its mouth and it's gonna start crunching you like popcorn. I hate it. Okay. If I'm done with bullying the baby panda bear, what else was I doing? I was doing Blackwing Lair, that's right. Oh dear. Okay. Who decided tender is an exciting reward? Am I just being bitter? I mean, I'm excited to get tender because it's an avenue through which I can get other stuff that I like. I wasn't super excited about any of those things that I saw, but usually there's something that I want. I think I've held up... I've got 3,600 tender saved up, and then we'll be able to get more coming up as well. Some amount of how it is. I mean, this character's not going to have Dreamwalk either, so we'll try the Moonglade thing. I am a little skeptical, but we'll see. If it works, then that's great. If not, it's not like it's this whole thing is proposing to save me approximately 45 seconds. Because I'm able to teleport to the entrance like I want in about a minute anyways, with less loading screens. So we're saving somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 to 45 seconds if we get like a druid workaround working. Like, it's really not that big of a deal. I did watch the movie Red. It was pretty cute. That one I didn't hate. Splurged all of mine. I have like 36. Okay. Giving Red Panda Teddy. Da-da-da-da. Okay. Oh, I need to turn on all the things. I guess this character didn't make it to the Molten Core farm. 45 seconds that you will use hundreds of times in your life. That is hours. Oh, how many hours do you think I've spent chasing down solutions that were meant to save me 30 seconds that didn't work the first, second, third, or fourth time? I don't like the math. Okay. Excuse me. Excuse me. Why? I'm not even... She's gonna kill me. She's gonna kill me. Alright, well, we're not finding out in a hurry anyways because this character's borked for a minute. Oh, she's saved too. She might be borked anyway. I can't be shapeshifted? Good grief. Alright. Whatever. I didn't want to run another druid anyway. You can reset it, go back in straight away. You think it'll work? Let me see. We'll try it. Reset. Da-da. You don't have to wait. If you say so. I feel like we did this last week, though. Da-da-da. Any boss in here? Nope. How long do I have to wait? Came back after reading the trading post. Can't tell if it's supposed to be a motorcycle or a broom. Yeah, it's kind of both. Oh, hey, it is back. There we go. All right. Let's try again. Good, probably save this 45 seconds. Good looking out. All right. Maybe this is the one that's going to give me this gun. Petal Bloom really living up to her title. Unspent talent points? Yep. I sure have unspent talent points. Yeah, I haven't decided how I feel about the broomsicle thing. It's weird. I think that was my first impression, is that it's weird. I'm gonna reserve judgment on it, because my first instinct is that I don't like it, but I think I'm just crabby. I think I should maybe revisit that and decide if I like it and want it on some other day when I've slept better. You know, had a snack. That kind of thing. Like to operate this magical rod thing, not as a cat. I wonder if it's partly, part of my problem is that I have error messages suppressed. So if, I think I have error messages suppressed with Leatrix or something like that. So whenever something like that is telling me what's wrong, I'm not seeing the message, so it's just more frustrating. Put Barnacles on it, have a great time with it. I might get it. It sounds like there's not going to be all that much else that I'm looking for specifically. I wish that was the Fill the Bar reward. I don't really want that transmog set. Gherkin Slice, thank you very, very much for the 50-month resub. Appreciate it. That's such a long time. Also, Zulai had a brand new sub as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Means the world to me, guys. Awesome if we get a darker version for Hallow's End in October. Is it weird that it's like a redesigned modern broom when it feels like we just had a redesigned modern broom for this thing that you ride normally? I guess there's no reason why we can't have another version of it that's weird and different. It's just, I don't know. I guess it's just surprising to me. This looks way less. I mean, that's what I'm saying though. Like it is different, but it's also the same category of mount. Like, you would have thought that if they wanted to do different, they would really, like, dream big. But again, I think I'm just crabby. Lunar sets are cute, maybe not in a gnome. Same mount coming in Love is in the Air. Oh. Maybe wouldn't buy it. I mean, though, do we know, and I don't know if we know, but do we know if when it comes in Love is in the Air, or like the recolor, because I'm assuming it's a recolor, is it going to be like a chance to drop off of the boss kind of thing, or like a buy it with candy kind of thing? Because it would suck to bank on getting it and then not get it, you know what I mean? A broom in February sounds silly. Other colorways of the Lunar Ensemble, they seem nicer than the pink one. Yeah, it didn't look like something I'd wear. Still wouldn't buy it. Yeah, maybe I'll save my tender. We'll see. At some point, I mean, I don't have to start spending my tender, but at some point I've really saved it for the apocalypse. You know what it is? A vroom broom. That's pretty good. I'm a little jealous that I didn't think of it first. But yeah, we'll see what else. I mean, maybe there's something that I missed from previous months. It kind of sounded like they might have... Also, this is one of the bosses that I need. Come on, Fireball. Look it up. Nope. It kind of sounded like... whatchamacallit. They were going to bring back all of the old... At least the fill the bar rewards and stuff. I would have filled all the bars, but like another chance at like almost everything. Across different vendors. No luck. Alright. Let's do a double Moonglade teleport. Oh, yeah. It does say that it'll return you back near your departure point. It does say so. That's promising. I don't remember what Omen's deal is. That's a good question. I'm just easily impressed by pun names. Like the additional vendors. Yeah, I think it's kind of cool for them to do that for like an anniversary. Hopefully they do it like every year going forward, although we can't really guarantee anything. It did work. Okay. So no luck there. I'm out of hunters and druids to run this instance on. Shall I grab my rogue? My rogue can stealth too. I'm just like delaying the time that I'm gonna have to actually like waddle through it. I know that some classes can do better than others, but nothing's as good as just stealthing through it. DKs can't get slowed. I mean, inside of an active ability with a cooldown, though, does that last long enough for you to run through a room, around the stairs, and through another room? I don't know. I'm a little doubtful. I'm not going to spend my talent points. I just won't. What are you trying to do? I'm trying to farm transmog. I need 2 more items from Blackwing Lair. 1 from Firemaw and 1 from Ebon Rock. So I'm moving different characters that have an easy time with the slow room out here. The smart thing to do would be just to leave these characters that can stealth through it out here to farm again next week, because presumably it won't take that long before it finally coughs it up. And then just use the rest of my characters to start farming AQ20. But I don't think I'm smart. I think I might want to just, like, continue grinding my face into Blackwing Lair until it coughs up those pieces of armor. Maybe they just won't drop for me until I really suffered for it, you know? Paladin has options. We'll see. I'm not thrilled about it. I also only have like a Paladin and a Death Knight. They're not classes that I have tons of. I think Ghost Wolf would probably be okay. I think maybe my Shamans are maybe next on the list. Don't mind me. Here we go. It's not a major process to get the new lunar mount, but it's definitely not going to happen in like 20 minutes. I broke it up into 2 different days. You need 75 coins, so you can either visit 75 elders, Or if it's a character that's never done the Moonwell thing, you can visit 50 elders and then also the Moonwells. That's what I did. I made a new character and I just did that. You just fly around, reminds me of the waste of time. It's a cool mount, though. I'm glad I have it. I don't know when I'm going to ride it, but nice to have it available. Seems like you either want to turn into MC and then find the entrance first try, or vice versa. Hardly ever are both true. Well. Alright. Sometimes Razor Core does this. It's fine. Excuse me. We have breakfast to get. Sunny side up. Over easy. Poached. Also, I didn't leave any nearby eggs. I'll leave that one on the left. But yeah, if you're getting bored / frustrated trying to do the Lunar Festival grind, I would just take a break. I would just do some of it. Like split it into like 2 days or 3 days or something like that, so that you don't have to do as much of it in one go. Or, you know, you could flight path it. You could just flight path between them while you're doing something else in your life. I remember reading something that every pleat in a chef's hat represents a different way to cook an egg. I never did waste of time. It was one of those things where I figured the name was just warning me and I should believe it. And also, it was a big chunky belt that I didn't feel like I was ever going to use. Okay. So I just never did it. Cooking now. Scrambled coming up. Got ball. Never got the belt. Yeah, same. Doesn't have the dangly bit anymore. Not worth. Should see how it looks now with the steampunky armor. I'd ask why I don't have more rogues, but it's probably pretty self-explanatory. All the things made me do it. The name is not lying. Man, I'm 98.6% done. We just got 2 more things. Dialogue UI is the name of the dialogue add-on. I'll type it out here for you. Dialogue UI. That's the one. Maybe during stream break, I'll put on the kettle to see if I can make myself a potted tea.
5, 4, 3, 2.
A little tiny bit of like
1.
a tight throat. I don't think I'm getting sick, but I'd rather, just in case, you know. Nothing that can't be warded off with lots of hot tea and maybe a nap. Okay. How does the Ember mug even work? I don't know why I'm proposing to answer that when I don't have one and I only briefly Googled it, but it seems to be an electronic rechargeable thing with a base. Much like, you know, you have headphones that you like charge by putting on their charging stand or whatever. Similar kind of situation. Not been around much. Unsure what's up. Congrats on the engagement. Well, thank you very, very much. Nice to see all pieces falling into place. Sounds like a thing that's a subscription in a year's time. Oh, the mug and base are magnetic heat sources. Oh. One day, I'm gonna, well, actually, am I? It doesn't really matter. I was gonna say one day I'm gonna get pretty dishes because my dishes that I own right now are fine. They're functional. They hold food. But it's not that many of them, and anytime that I need to have a big bowl of something, I just eat it out of a big plastic mixing bowl. And also, Firema, come on. Leg guards, you can do it. Every now and then I'll be walking past like a home goods store, and I'll be like, ooh, I like those bowls, and I like those plates. But I didn't want to buy nice ones because nice dishes are shockingly expensive, and also because, like, it's hard to spend money on something that's fragile, you know, that you're going to use every day. That's a hard trifecta of expensive, breakable, and in daily use, you know? I feel like that's a pick two kind of situation. That's what a wedding registry is for. Oh, I don't know if I'm qualified to look after the nice dishes though. I don't know if I want anyone to buy them for me. Besides, we're gonna have a very small wedding, and I don't know about this whole gifts business. I don't think I'm gonna register anywhere. Custom, start a group, you know. Our guests' presence will be their present. Huh? A non-round plate person? I don't know if I need them to be round or not round, but I like ones that have texture. I love like a earthenware with like a dip glaze kind of situation in maybe like a pretty neutral color. If those words make any sense at all. Right now I have like a college essentials kit from Bed Bath & Beyond, which still costs way too much. What if you started a throne? What is a throne? Or do you mean if I like asked for a throne as a wedding gift? Like, hello, welcome to our wedding. Please put your sword in the forge and then we shall have it completed after the event. I did see the trading post rewards. Dip glaze is so pretty. You will use my Hello Kitty plastic plates and you will like it. That's why people don't use them. I don't want to have dishes that are only for special occasions, though, because I wouldn't have special occasions. I don't host holidays, you know? Like, I want to enjoy things. How do you not know what a throne is? It's what the king sits on. Or the queen, you know? I guess occasionally a princess. Swords at wedding implies. Oh, man. We have a really limited guest list spot. Some tan ones like that. Cat threw them off the counter when I turned away. Aw. I should take a short break. It's about 10:30. I will be right back. Okay. A throne is a toilet. Oh. Is that like a common wedding gift? I kind of thought most houses came with them. Or are you supposed to like upgrade it to a fancy one when you're married? It's a gifting thingy. Oh. Alright, next character. We didn't get either of the things we needed. No, we did not. Blackwing Larry, you shall not defeat me unless you do. Because I've run these characters with the exception of my main. Also, don't let me forget, beledar 27 minutes, but we can do a few characters in 27 minutes. How many characters do you think you have running old raids? As many as I have time for. I don't think I've ever used all my lockouts in 1 week, so it just depends on how many I can get through in a week's worth of streams. Somewhere in the range of 20-ish, I think. But yeah, as many as possible. There's a legend that King John was such a terrible king that toilets were also called Johns. I have heard that before. I was always a little bit jealous, and I mean, I suppose I could be the change that I want to see in the world, that locally, nobody really calls the toilet the loo unless you're either from England or you wish you were from England. Because I just thought that sounded much cuter. Nothing better than a Hazel stream on TV and looking at the Zillow dream houses post-exam. I love looking at houses that I cannot afford and being all snooty about like, you know what, this one's not worth it. I don't like the fencing or some garbage. Like, as though I could afford it anyway. I love pretending that I could be picky, you know? I want to use it, but I'm very American, so it would be weird if I said the loo. It's just a better word. Oh. I remember when I was like an older child or maybe a teenager, I switched from saying bathroom to washroom because I figured I'm not taking a bath in most of them, and at least I'm gonna wash my hands, so that's more accurate. And for some reason I thought it sounded like 10% less vulgar. I don't know. Not that it's particularly vulgar to say bathroom, but you gotta be coy about these things when you're a teenager. People planning a trip to the Louvre kept hearing loo, and I thought there was some famous toilet in Paris that we were gonna visit. Opinion on heated toilet seats. I've never, as far as I know, sat on one, so I don't really have an opinion yet. I feel like getting a heated steering wheel would be on my list first, ahead of toilet seats. Wouldn't a heated toilet seat just make it always feel like someone was just in there? You know? Like... right? Not that there's any... I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's just... It would just be strange, I suppose. Hate the feeling. Yeah. I would take a heated toilet seat over a cushioned one, though. Every now and then I look at a real estate listing and somebody has some godforsaken toilet that's like, you know, carpet with like the old-fashioned, like, squishy cushioned toilet seats, and it's just really upsetting to me. Heated steering wheels are legit awesome. Yeah. My hands are usually freezing in my car. But I have heated seats, so my butt's not.
5, 4,
Need to understand how carpeted bathrooms ever became a thing. I tried to read a post justifying it once, and I don't get it. Rather have a heated driveway so I don't have to shovel. Carpeted toilet covers were nasty. I also don't feel great about wooden ones. Wood is kind of a porous material. I don't know how easy it is to properly sterilize. I feel like all I want from toilet seats is that they be normal, that they be white plastic so that you can see when they look clean and so that you can feel good about cleaning them with obnoxious cleaners. And so that, you know, and also something that's not super fragile, you know, I don't want it to just break on me. It's not a complicated job. I have a family member that got heated toilet seats, can't stop talking about them, and most other people don't like them. Alright, Bokoa can't skip through this really well, so we're just gonna do his best. He does have leap and he does have charge, so that should help a little bit. It's a non-zero amount of forward motion. Oh, hello, welcome raiders. I hope you had a lovely stream. Used to work at a hostel, about 80% carpeted. Oh dear, I'm comfortable knowing what it spilled on it. Yeah. Don't you love the little tune? I think I have it turned off because I thought it was from Final Fantasy and I didn't want to trust that it was never going to become copyright matchable, so I didn't want to put it in like 6 years worth of my content. But I've heard that people really like it. If I wasn't streaming, I probably would have had it. This is old raid. Yeah, I am engaged in a project where I am attempting to get as much transmog as possible, legendaries notwithstanding, from old raids, from all the things, basically from the top of the list down. So I started in Molten Core, and then we did Onyxia's Lair, and now we're in Blackwing Lair, and there's only 2 items that I need. I don't even know if Invispots work. My budget for this amount of frustration would be, I don't think I would spend very much. I'm cheap. I'm very cheap. Do you have a DK? I feel like this isn't even that bad. He at least can charge. You know, this could be worse. Anything's better than Priest. This raid might be older than some viewers. Possible. Very possible. He would get more viewers with the sound on. Oh, rats. Engaged in a project, yes. Oh. Freudian language. Alright, Firemon, do you want to give me your legs? Darn it. I just need 2 pieces from Firemon Ebonrock, and they will not cough it up. We've done a lot of runs of this week. And I think we did a few last week as well. This is not my first week doing this. Alright, Ebonrock, 1 Dragon Breath hand cannon, please. Still riffing. I mean, maybe a little. Also, I feel like I just talk like that. I feel like that's just how I talk. I'm always gonna be a little annoying. Custom starter group. Alright. No luck from Bokoa. Maybe I'll run the rest of my warriors? Keep the warriors together? Maybe? I don't know. Because, yeah, I've got 1 DK and then I've got some shamans. I feel like shaman will be good. I'm pretty sure that Ghost Wolf prevents you from being slowed below a threshold as well. Could be worse, could also be a whole lot better. Because, yeah, at least Shaman Ghost Wolf is just a perma-toggle. You don't have to worry about running out of duration of it. Unlike Pally stuff. Make your group, it still ports you out. Been signing up for the World Boss World Quest. I mean, that would work too. Yeah, if you make a group and you leave it, it'll port you. You can do it earlier than this, if you like, and save some time. I just never remember until I'm done. But that's okay. You know, a little decompressy time. Also, if there was ever a time in your run to refresh your drink or pet the cat, you know, whatever it may be. I did not put on the kettle. I completely forgot. Totally slipped my mind. It's 10:41. I might not worry about it. I'm probably not going to be awake that much longer anyways. Okay, so he can log out right there. It's nice that you can mount up in this on this balcony because then you can actually vendor stuff. What is that? It's a little silicone pop-it kind of thing. It's like a little party favor version of it. It's for fidgeting. Little heart shape. Ow. Scrunched myself. I started taking vitamins. I've always been like a daily multivitamin person because it makes me feel better about my life. And I started getting these women's ones because they were on sale. And I was like, I'm a woman. Why not? Sure. Whatever. And hang on, we got more warriors. Yeah, do I want to do the warriors in a row? Let's pull up some shamans, huh? And as far as I could tell, I compared the ingredients lists because I'm pedantic like that. And as far as I could tell, the only thing that was different with the women's ones was maybe one difference in an amount of one of the actual vitamins. And then they contained extra biotin, which is, I suppose, for like hair and nails. And I was kind of skeptical about that because I've heard a lot about like hair and nail gummies or vitamins or whatever. And they always sounded kind of scammy. It sounds like a very easy thing to sell somebody that's trying to like, I don't know, grow their hair and nails faster. That would be difficult to quantify the actual solution of, especially because for the most part, the growth rate of your hair and nails is genetic. You're not really going to grow it that much faster than your genetic maximum, no matter how many vitamins you take. So I was kind of skeptical, but I started taking them, and I don't know about my hair, but my nails have been growing so fast it's actually kind of annoying. I have to trim them all the time. Otherwise they're just out of control. So maybe it'll make my hair all poofy. Black rock depths. I am overclocking my nails. We've got a summer sloop running. Who knows about the power? I could paint them. I haven't painted my nails in about 6 months. And I'm kind of hesitant to now. Not that I have anything against it. I loved painting my nails. I did it for years. I used to do nail art. But I stopped painting my nails, and now I'm like, maybe I won't. I don't know. It's been kind of nice. I've been debating whether or not I want to paint them for my wedding, because I don't know. People kept asking me if I was going to get my nails done, and I was like, well, I'm not getting my nails done because I've never done that. But like, I guess I could paint them. I don't have to. I don't know. I can't decide how I feel about it, so I could. Magical tail growth elixir. It's just a vitamin with biotin in it. There's all kinds of them. I think that the only reason it's probably working is I think that it's possible that my diet and lifestyle was not providing enough vitamins to me otherwise. Because I think if you didn't have any kind of deficiencies, the vitamins probably won't boost it really. I still think that it's mainly about your genetics. And my hair, at least genetically, grows quite fast. So it makes sense that my nails would be that way also. I might have just been like underwhelmed. If you don't want to color clear coat them. But why? Like, people were suggesting that. And I just want to know why. Like, what's the point? If they look nice without anything on them, what's the point of putting something on them that won't look like there's anything on them? Why wouldn't I just leave nothing on them? I just don't get it. I just don't understand. I think I'm having a dumb moment. You know what I mean? It's like no makeup. It's like I could just not wear makeup. Like, I feel like I found the cheat code. Shiny. Oh. I don't know if they need to be any shinier, though. I feel like they're sufficiently shiny. I don't want people to look at my nails. I want people to look at the ring. I also don't know if I'm going to do one of the pictures that's just like the hands, you know. It could help prevent ships' cracks and breaks. Maybe, but like, how many... What am I doing on my wedding day that's going to shatter my nails in ways that didn't happen the rest of my days? I feel like I'm just going to say a little speech and put on a dress. Like, what are we doing? Are we cracking walnuts? What's going on? Why are they in such danger? For protecting them so they don't chip. Do your guys' nails just, like, fall apart? They look at the fingers, generally will notice the ring more, right? Not really. Yeah. I don't know. It just doesn't seem necessary, I guess. I haven't been talked into it. Maybe I'll see some pictures and I'll get influenced, but for now it seems fine. Yeah, nail polish tended to make my nails more brittle. I find that my nails are strongest when I don't paint them and I just moisturize them sometimes. I like rubbing hand cream into them because it's like a nervous reflex and that seems to make them really strong. Have you picked out the ring? Yeah. So I actually found one when we went wedding band shopping, that stacked really nicely with my engagement ring. I don't know. I think that it's a smaller, like the wedding band is smaller, so I don't think that the stones in it are like I think they're like half a carat, like total across the band. Rose gold medals. I like the rose gold ones. For me, it'd be like Murphy's Law. If it could go wrong, it will do so at the worst moment. True. It's just it's not going to be a very big or complicated event. It would be really funny though if something happened and like my fingers just start snapping off and crumbling and like blood coming out of them and it's like, oh man, if only I'd painted my nails. Rose gold rings.
5,
Lunar Fest mount? Yeah,
2,
sure.
1.
What do they call it? The lunar launcher, that's the one. Straight to Vegas. No, I'm getting married in Canada. But it's being put together to be nice and small and also to involve as little planning for me as possible because having me plan something is a great way for it to not go very well, so. We've figured out a situation where I can pretty much just show up, which was all I wanted. But yeah, I do have a photo that I took at the jewelry store of the band stacked with my ring. I like it. Viewers are not invited. I don't plan on live streaming the wedding. Are you taking pictures? There will be a photographer. There will be an actual photographer there that will take some amount of photos. I probably will not personally be taking pictures. Most exciting thing about getting eloped would be picking out the rings. Let me see if I can find a picture if you wanted to see with the band. I'm not wearing it yet because, well, we don't have it yet. And also because I'm not married yet. That's later this year. Here, let me get through this hallway first, and then I'll show you the photo for the jewelry store of the wedding band with my band. It's a curved one that goes around my my diamond. Is there a city in Canada that has the same type of vibe as Vegas? Ooh, there's a great question. There's casinos here, but I don't know if there's like a whole city about them or anything.
Watch your feet.
So that's the one on the bottom is the wedding band that I was trying on, and then the one on the top is my engagement ring. It's got a marquee in it, and then this one kind of curves around it. I didn't think I was gonna be a sparkly kind of person, but then I put it on. I was like, oh, I like it. I really like it. I didn't think I needed it, and I don't think I need it, but gosh, if I don't feel pretty. Looks like a bee. I feel like a princess. When I first saw this ring, I was like, those look like the queen's jewels. Are you sure that's for me? I don't know if that's for me. Anyway. Come on, Fire Ma. You want to cough it up? We got some legs. Nope. No luck. But yeah, I'm not sure about the Vegas thing. I'm not a big casino person. I'm not really about gambling at all. If I ever did end up in Vegas, I would probably just want to see like shows, performances, you know, maybe a little live music, maybe a little Cirque du Soleil, a little Blue Man Group kind of situation. Mr. Nutty. I don't think we're doing that this time. Mr. Moose's father. Mr. Games. He's excited too. I think he's really happy. No, I'm not doing a bachelorette party. We're skipping a lot of the traditional stuff. We're not doing bachelorette parties. We're not doing a bridal party. There's no best man. There's no bridesmaids. There's no maid of honor. None of that. None of that. Whenever you say Mr. Games, brings me back to Super Smash announcing Mr. Game and Watch. I don't think I know that one. Oh, hang on. I gotta log back in. I didn't get out of that instance properly. That's gonna kick me out. That's how we're doing it too. Total of 15 people, including us. Nice. Yeah. You can meet him eventually. There's a sub goal. Yeah, we have a date now. We have a date. It's first half of the year, but like later in the spring. What's the sub goal? I don't know how many people for me to pimp out Mr. Moose's dad for money. Hey babe, listen, it's for the honeymoon. If we get an extra 400 subs, we can get a couples massage. Donation goal, house down payment. Yeah. Listen, if I thought that I could fund a house down payment on a donation goal, I would have done it a long time ago. It's big money. I don't feel comfortable soliciting that kind of money. I don't feel comfortable soliciting any money. I like the situation where I just show up and do this, and if people like it, then they're welcome to tip, but they don't have to. I don't really like anything that's any kind of pressure, which is why I don't really like doing like the goals and the incentives and stuff. Like, I know that they're fun. I'm not totally against it, but like, I don't know. I need a massage. 10 minutes to Beledar. Thank you. I was not going to remember, so that's good. That's great. Let's skip this one up here so I can remember that I did it after Bokoa. And we got another shaman. Should I get ready for Beledar? Can I do this in 10 minutes? I don't know if I can do it. Well, maybe I can do it in 10 minutes. We'll try it. Right here, his chat needs to pull up tips. What's Balador? One Balador, please. There is a rare in Hallowfall that spawns on a specific timer. It'll be up in about 6 minutes. I don't think I'm going to do the whole run. I think I'm going to just, like, send myself out there and then log over. Has a chance to drop a mount. Privacy very important. This is true. We're pretty careful. We're pretty careful about that. Or we try to be anyway. But yeah, we're not doing a wedding reception because wedding receptions are kind of my worst nightmare. I feel like the ceremony's a little important, and the family will really appreciate being able to actually see us get married as opposed to just hearing about it in the group text. But I could kind of do without the event afterwards. So I feel like we're just gonna get some food so that people have been fed and like spend time with people. You know, people are gonna be coming in from out of town. I want to see them. That's like the big thing. I'm in Molten Core. This is not correct. Going to dinner. At some point, I'm sure, but honestly, on the day of, I'm not even sure if we're gonna get out to dinner. We might just, like, get food delivered. I'm not against ordering 20 pizzas. You know what I mean? If we can find some place we can fit everybody, that sounds good to me. That sounds like how I live my life. Here. Up we go. And then I'm gonna probably get set up for Beledar here. I've really made a mess of this. Would you do something in-game for viewers? For my wedding? I wasn't planning on it. It seems like a strange thing to want to be a part of. I don't know. I know I'm talking about it because I'm really excited about it right now, but like, it's not really a content thing, you know? It's like a life thing. And plus, I don't feel like the content's going to be any different before or after. Like, it's the same relationship. It's just with more jewelry. There's a trend for ramen bars at receptions. Ah. Modern solutions for a modern bride. Have everyone line up and trade you gold. Alright, Beledar spawning in 4 to 5 minutes. 4 to 5 minutes, somewhere in there. I'm already in Hellfall, but we can go get ourselves somewhere in the middle. Pizza for wedding dinner is great. We had hamburgers. Yeah, I don't need it to be super classy food. I also don't think I'm going to be heartbroken if it's not like a perfect representation of our favorite things to eat or whatever. You know, I just want people to be fed. I'm mostly just excited about marrying him, you know. That's the part that I really want. I would do that sooner if I didn't want to give people a chance to come, you know, be a part of it. That's the exciting thing. It's been fun telling Moose that he's gonna finally be able to stand proudly by his parents. They will no longer be living out of wedlock. Stable unit for the dog. As though that's a thing. It doesn't matter at all. In-laws took everyone out for Mandarin for a wedding dinner. I have never wanted to endure a marriage ceremony, but a cannon might sway me. I'm sure he's very annoyed by the current situation, right? I think Moose just wants his parents together forever because he is so smitten with both of us. Moose is happiest, truly happiest, when we are both there with him at the same time. Like, one of us will be suiting him up to get him out for a walk, and he will, like, go, wait, stop, and he will run away to go get the other one to be like, you're coming too, right? Like, he wants both of us to go on his walks. He wants both of us to sit on the couch. He gets cranky when we're gaming in separate rooms. He wants us both to be hanging out in the same room so that he can be by both of us at the same time. So Moose's greatest wish is probably just for us to stay together forever. Think of the tax benefits. In Canada, we're already spouses because we've been common law for some time. That's not a new thing. Also, I don't know if it's as beneficial. Maybe it is. I don't know. I need an accountant that I understand. I have an accountant, and I think I want a different one because I just don't feel like it's working out for me. Every time I talk to them, I feel more confused and anxious than I was before. It's just a pervasive sense of I don't know how to do it right, but I'm definitely doing it wrong. Which is not what I'm paying a professional for. I think you could pay an extra for an accountant that also has, like, supplementary emotional support services. Alright, we have Beledar coming up any minute now. Flabby sent me a transmog. Oh, I do need that item ID. Oh. Gotcha. Combination accountant / therapist. Or, like, maybe an accountant that has, like, a dog at the office. That would go a long way. If I can hang out with someone's dog while I'm trying to learn about what's going on tax-wise. I'm a smart person. I put a lot of time into this. What am I doing? I forget what I'm doing. Gonna go see Beledar in a minute. Shaman ceremony. New one to me. Accountant assistant with a rabbit. Does that count? My parents lovingly and as a joke refer to my boyfriend and I as living in sin because we aren't married or engaged. I've used that one for fun before as well. It's never particularly bothered me. I read something somewhere where some people believe that it's not a good idea for relationships to live together before you're married. And I can't pretend to fully understand where they're coming from. There's, I feel like, a few different reasons to think in that direction, but it's very, very foreign thinking to me. I've never really gotten that one. I feel like that would be a lot of surprises to have after you've already, like, really committed. Behind ya. Couldn't imagine marrying someone if I didn't know how they existed in the same space as me. Yeah, I feel like it's, at least for me, I feel like it's good to live together. It's good to live together for some time. And it's good to go through a couple of, like, I don't know, stressful things too. People have different suggestions of how to make that happen. Traveling is one, moving is one. Just to, you know, you can kind of see how people are and how they react and how you guys specifically interact, how the alchemy of both of you being stressed bounces off of each other. I'm not saying it has to all be perfect, but like that you at least have an idea of how you guys get along in different situations. And you're never going to account for everything. No one's ever going to be perfectly ready and know everything, but it's nice to have a little look at. How do you talk about like difficult conversations? I think the only person pressuring us to get married anymore is the kidlet. Yeah, I didn't think I wanted to. And then we started talking about it, and then I was like, yeah, I do. You want to? I want to. Share a bathroom and a kitchen for an extended period before fully committing. I am not planning to have children. I've never really wanted them. It's never felt like a part of my future. Oh, I got the mount. But I'm not like a, I don't know. I'm rapidly turning into a never say never kind of person. Oh, Beledar. I can finally say no, but I'm still saying I'm pretty sure I don't think so. Beledar. Just doesn't seem like a me thing. I'm a dog mom. First try, right? Knew it'd be soon. That's an okay decision, right? I think so too. Alright. That's nice that that's all done. She can probably get out of Hallowfall now. Done with this one. One more off the list. Finally. It took a while. Alright. I was about to run Krabby, my second shellman, through Blackwing Lair because I really wanted to give me one of these two pieces of transmog. We've been trying all day. I remember telling my mom, never say never, but probably never, about having kids, and she somehow heard, yes, I want them. Still confused. Aw. I'm sure that's hard. I'm very lucky. My mom is very sweet, and she's very much in favor of whatever I want that will make me happy. And I think that's probably tough for her too, because she loves kids. My mom is the world's best grandma. She's amazing. I have a nephew. My sister has a child. And him and my mom are just like besties. They're so cute. She's so enamored. I know that she would be super happy if I did have children, but she's never once like pressured me about it. She knows that it's my call and that if somebody doesn't want to have children, they're probably not a great candidate for parenthood. Very difficult to do. I don't think most of my cousins and siblings want any children. That's the best. She's very sweet. I think that there's things that I would do well, and there's things that would be hard for me about parenting and being a parent. But I think that the overall amount of stress and management and coordination and expense and living with the anxiety of all of the unknown factors that could complicate your life and complicate your child's life, and like worrying about all of the different things that you can be anxious about when you have a child in the world, is maybe easier to live with when you are really gung-ho about the whole enterprise. Like, there's a lot of things that people can say, and I'm not trying to too closely compare children to dogs, but for the sake of argument, there's a lot of things that people can say are unpleasant about owning a dog. Things like picking up after them, training them, dealing with any amount of like bad behavior, arranging dog care, various things, vet bills, unexpected vet bills. You know, there's a substantial amount of change that has to happen in your life to accommodate them. And all of those things have never bothered me because I am so in love with dogs in general, and also my dog. And maybe it would be that way for kids as well, but just on a much larger scale. But I've never in my life been baby crazy. I've never quite. It just hasn't felt like me. But I am very happy for people that do want children, and that have families, because someone's got to do it. And I have so much respect for people making it happen. It looks so hard. I think you'd be an excellent parent. Oh, thanks. I think I would do all right. I think I would be an anxious parent. I think that I already have a hard time managing my anxiety in my life. I think that having children would really crank up my anxiety, because there's a lot more factors out of your control with much higher stakes at that point. Terrified of having my little girl, but it's something I've wanted since I was 17. Mix of emotions. Love being the babysitter at parties or whatever, because I'd rather hang out with the kids than adults. I'm gonna have to figure this out at some point, because my my nephew is, you know, getting older and will grow up at some point. I need to figure out how to talk to children. I try. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing fine. I think he likes me. He seems to. I don't know. I think he likes me. Love being an auntie. 53, the last male of my family in the UK. Single with no kids. I always envisioned myself as the cool aunt. Think I'll miss out on the cool part, though. I think I can settle for being the kooky aunt. The weird one, but like in a friendly, fun kind of way, you know. But between my sibling and my partner's siblings, we have lots of nieces and nephews. So there will be children in the family. They're just not coming out of me. Talk to kids like they're people. That's it. That's a secret. I'll try to remember that next time I'm freaking out about it. You know what the wider problem is, now that you mention it, is that I don't know how to talk to people. That's my problem. I learned 2 lines for talking to neighbors, and once I'm out of those, I'm out. And that's probably why I'm also running into troubles with kids, is because I don't know how to talk to people. Ask them questions, agree, or give the wrong answer. Yeah. I think my nephew is still pretty shy too, so he's often very quiet when I'm over, so I'll try to like tell him things or tell him stories or share things that I think he might find funny or something like that. But I don't really know how it's landing, because he's mainly just kind of watching and vibing. But I hear later that he enjoys it, I think. His mom, my sister, was telling me that he, as one of his games, was having his dad pretend to be my partner, and then he would pretend to be me. Like they would do impressions of me, which I think is a good thing. All right, we're looking for. Did I kill Flame Girl already? No, walked right by him. Fire Maw, pardon me. Leg guards of the Fallen Crusader, please. That would be wonderful. Nope. I don't know if I'm qualified to be lucky, because I just got beledar today. Don't interrogate them, though. Asking my daughter questions about her favorites shuts her down. Ask about something right there, then. Yeah, favorites are a little bit of a lazy conversation starter, just in general. And a lot of people like don't have favorite things, or they just like, you know, it's just not that important, or you've been asked so many times that you're sick of it. What's your favorite color? What's your favorite? I mean, I guess it depends on if it's like a common thing that they would be asked, or like if it's like a more out there kind of scenario. Start a group. Kids don't know that. Everyone tries to ask her about her favorites. It's like she loves everything right now. What is your most hated color? It's always a new thing. Blue. No. Yellow. What's your favorite WoW raid boss? What's your favorite mount? What's your favorite battle pet? I probably used to have one. I think it's just been worn down. It's been sandblasted by the pressures of time. What's your favorite thing to eat for dinner? I don't know. If it was my favorite and I had it often enough, it wouldn't be my favorite anymore. I would wear it out. The amount of adults that try to force her to name her toys. Oh. What is your favorite WoW controversy? Yo, what's your favorite streamer drama? Who's your favorite auntie? Yeah. Make the kids pick favorites young. Who's your favorite moose? Who's your favorite puppy? Struggling to make calls for myself. How am I going to do that for potential child? I feel that one, but I also feel like it's a million times easier for me to call on behalf of somebody else. Like, if I need to call a business to make an appointment or check a fact for someone else, I don't love it, but I can do it. But as soon as I need to do it for me, it turns into, like, the apocalypse. To the point that I used to trick myself that I was calling on behalf of somebody. I would have this imaginary assistant, my own assistant. I would play the character of my own assistant to make a call on behalf of myself to make like a dentist appointment or whatever it was. But like, it's a real workaround that does work. Do I sound bananas? Of course, but you know, if it works. I realized that worked when I was a young adult and I was working retail. I would have to answer the phones, and I realized that even though I hated answering the phone, like my personal phone, I didn't really mind answering the company phone because I wasn't speaking as myself. I was speaking as employee of blank and blank, and my correct answers were open from time to time. We're not open that day. We don't have that thing in stock. We do have that thing in stock. Or, I don't know, let me transfer you. You know, and then you bounce them to somebody else that also doesn't know. There weren't that, like, it wasn't that many different things that it would be. And it wasn't me speaking on behalf of myself. For some reason, I don't know if I have, like, this anxiety that the universe is going to call me and make me do math or something like that. Like, ask me questions I don't have answers to. If anything, it makes you sound fancy. Like, ooh la la, you have an assistant. Hazel's office, please hold. If I need to call a business to get a price on a service, they won't get me as a customer. Yeah, I know. I get that. I hated when we were browsing different wedding like packages and venues and stuff. Venues that did not have public facing prices would get axed really early in the process. And a lot of them don't. I really appreciated when they would have like a package drawn up that they were like, this is what we offered. This is what it costs, so that you could at least see. They want you to call for price because they want to get you on the phone so that they can close you. I had a guy who asked me what my favorite liminal space was when we first met. Dated for 2 years. Well, lunch is served. See you later, Aesop. Take care. I mean, technically my kitty cat is my manager, so And she can't really use the phone, so I have to call on behalf of her on behalf of me. In a lot of places, they've got rules where if you sign up online, you have to be able to cancel online. Yeah, I hate having to call to cancel something. I end up feeling like I need a lot of excuses for why I'm canceling it. And you don't usually. So I've started scripting. I mean, I don't make a lot of those calls because I try not to get myself signed up for stuff in the first place now. But I used to make calls like that, and I would like write out a script of like, hello, I would like to cancel this thing, please. And then end of sentence. And I would just stop talking and wait for them to say something. And if they said anything along the lines of why, I would be like, because I would like to cancel it, please. End of sentence. And I would just, it was so awkward. It was so uncomfortable. But it, you know, no thank you is a complete sentence. You don't have to keep talking. Life gets a lot easier doing that kind of thing if you allow yourself to not be rude, but like not worry so much about whether or not it's coming off well, you know, like you're not really going to hurt the feelings of the rep on the other side of the line. They're only trying to keep you because they've got a playbook that tells them they have to. I am the assistant to the cat. This is true. This is gathering tracker. It's tracking how much gold I would be making gathering if I was doing such a thing. I have correctly player charge there. Yay. I do not have ADHD or autism as far as I can tell. I got screened for ADHD and came out negative for that. They told me that autism screening is like a really expensive, really long process that there's only like one person in the province that can do for adults, and that it wasn't worth looking into a diagnosis unless there were specific like workplace accommodations I needed to get legally done. So I decided to not worry about it because even if I did, it's something that I'm managing, and I don't think I do. I think that I'm just me. I'm just me, and I'm me. Hesitant to fork over the amount of money for ADHD screening, but didn't know would have put my mind at ease more. I'm kind of annoyed at how much at how expensive it was, and how much time it took. But I did it through a psychologist that I was also getting therapy through, which was also expensive. But like at least it wasn't a separate appointment. But yeah, I do at least feel like now that I have that peace of mind of having talked to like a real professional and having them like kind of look through it, I do feel a little bit better to not worry about what if I'm just trying to like, I don't know, climb a tree as a fish or whatever it is. I can kind of let that go and just get on with dealing with it. This is empty. There's no water in there. Just say you're British. Eccentric and quirky. Oh, I'm not British though. I'm not blunt enough to get away with being British. The British people I know are delightfully to the point, and they don't seem to have this problem of like wanting to try to phrase something in the most gentle possible way. They'll just say what they mean and move on with their lives, and I envy that a lot. Sometimes with patients, say we're able to do tests and screen, we would probably not change treatment. Yeah, I think it depends on whether or not it was going to make any meaningful difference in my life. I think there's a whole spectrum of neurodivergence that you can kind of accommodate for. And yeah, it's expensive. I don't like spending a ton of money for no reason. The main reason I wanted to do the ADHD screening is I've had years of people telling me that I need to get treated for it in order to function. Or maybe not in so many words, but like people telling me that I should look into it. And it puts this anxiety in your mind that maybe the reason I'm not functioning very well is because I'm lacking these particular treatments or medications or whatever it is. And you don't want to feel like you're playing cards without the full deck when everybody else is. So getting screened was kind of useful for me to let me know that I am capable of everything that everybody else is, more or less. It might not be as easy, but it doesn't mean that I need to get medicated for it. But that doesn't mean that's the case for everybody. There's plenty of people that definitely benefit from that. It just wasn't the case for me. and started seeking a screening myself. Yeah. Assuming that you can, and some people will have like, you know, insurance that covers it, which is great. If you have that through anything, then by all means. You generally no harm in talking to a psychologist professional. Nobody's playing with a full deck. I don't know. Some people seem to be getting a couple of hands together. But yeah, I'm not a particularly label-focused person just for myself. I'm not invalidating them for other people. But for me, I don't think that having a label for anything would make a difference for me. Even if it was the case that it would apply. I'm more worried about how do I make my life manageable for me? And I'm kind of giving myself the grace to accept myself regardless. You know, you can learn about and accept yourself without needing to have any reason for why you are the way you are. You can just be the way you are and then decide this is how it works. This is what I can do to work on this thing if I'd like to change it. You don't have to, but you can. And, you know, this is what I want to work towards. I put a lot of effort into working on my anxiety because the more work I do to stay on top of it, the wider my life becomes and the more options I have. Because I know when I don't stay on top of that and I kind of let it grow and get outsized, it makes everything harder. So I put a lot of work into trying to change and manage and practice managing my anxiety, because it's just an investment. Like, it's impossible to do anything if you don't. Did not drinking last year help? I've heard it would. I would think so. It's hard when you have a binary like that to really remember what it was like before. I definitely still have anxiety. I think I'm on the whole doing a lot better. It's hard to pin it down to any one thing. I will say that drinking never helped. Drinking not once improved my life or mental state. I never woke up the morning after drinking being like, man, I'm glad we did that. That was great for me. No losses in that category. I think that the yoga practice was the biggest thing that's helped me, because it's been kind of a nice combination of exercise, breathing, and also meditation, and also exposure therapy, because it's getting me out and driving and around people every day, whereas I didn't do that before. So it's kind of a bunch of different effective therapies all wrapped into one thing that I can go do in the morning. Dungeons. Start a group. Doodle-doodle-doo. List a group. Leave the group. I'm British. Kind of have to drink. I'm sure there's people in Britain that don't drink. They might just not tell you. Have you noticed you're more limber? Oh, 100%. I am wildly bendier than I used to be. And it makes it easier to do things like get out of bed and get up off the couch and tie my shoes and, you know, not get knocked over when my dog sees a bunny. I am, also my back doesn't hurt, and I think my posture is better. It's hard to tell, especially because, like, when I'm gaming, like, you're not going to see anything from this, but, like, I think my posture is a lot better than it was. But yeah, when learning more recently about alcohol and cancer and like the research that was coming out with that, I kind of had this thought where I'm like, I don't smoke cigarettes or anything else, and I never would. And the main reason, if I had to think about it, I'm sure there's a lot of reasons, but the main thing is because I know it's a carcinogen. So if I wouldn't smoke for that reason, why would I drink? Like, now that I know this, I didn't really know it to that degree when I was younger. I knew it wasn't great for you, but I hadn't seen a lot of the data about drinking and cancer and like different kinds of cancer. And now that I know, I just don't know. I'm pretty comfortable to put it down. I do think that logic ends eventually. You can't avoid everything in life because it might potentially cause cancer, because I'm sure lots of things are potentially linked, especially if you're not looking at conclusive studies. But the alcohol one was fairly clear cut. It's just data that a lot of people don't want to hear because they don't want to hear it. So it's very hard to get it publicized. It's hard to get warnings put on bottles like they have with cigarettes, politically, because a lot of people politically don't want to hear it. But Oh, speaking of back, that felt really good. I'm not here to judge anybody for their life choices. I couldn't possibly. I've never been you. I don't know anything about it. I don't even like judging me, and I've been me. Yeah, I think the sun might have a couple of more benefits than booze for me. But I'm also a pretty big sunscreen person. I don't avoid the sun completely, but I am pretty careful about sun protection. Alright, what am I doing? I'm going to Blackwing Lair because we don't have these things yet. This is another Remix character that I haven't played since Remix, so I need to set her up a tiny bit. She's going to need to turn on auto loot. She's going to need to turn on some action bars. She's going to need to go set up my Dalaran Hearthstone. Do-do-do-do. So we get the Broken Shore one. And we want to go talk to the Harpy. Before you judge someone, you should walk a mile in their shoes, and that way you are a mile away and have their shoes. I don't know. I don't know if I want anybody else's shoes. My shoes are good because I've molded them to my feet. Somebody else's shoes wouldn't fit me. But yeah, I also want to be clear that I'm not trying to be preachy. I'm no paragon of good choices. I don't particularly try to be a role model because that's a lot of pressure to put on yourself. You just do the best you can every day. I need to turn this quest in, and then we can port to the caverns. That water is still empty. I guess I could fill it. That's a possibility available to me. One sec. Alright. Blackwing Lair. These last two pieces are being real stubborn, man. They are not coughing up. Also this one here, and then I should maybe make sure that I have charge. Radio show host invited me to appear on her show. That's neat. I am gonna get charge here. I'm gonna make sure we have a spec into the fast leaps. That's good. What am I, an arms warrior? I suppose so. Coco Gadget ult. This is how it used to be from about 80% on. Aha. Oh. Kinley, that sounds awful. Oh dear. That would need an awful lot of support. And now I'm manually breathing. That used to be like a thing people would prank each other with when I was like a teenager. They'd be like, now you're manually breathing. You can't not think about breathing. And it's like, all right. It's not the end of the world. It won't last long. It's also a good excuse to think about maybe taking a couple of good breaths, you know? I've been dabbling a little in some breathing exercises that I was kind of learning along with yoga to kind of help me breathe during and through yoga, because if you stop breathing, you've got a problem. And I'm a big fan of like a really good deep like diaphragm powered breath. Maybe not for every single one, but man, those are nice. Big fan. Just manually breathe, yeah. I'm sorry. Good chance for a nice big one, you know? Learning about pulmonology, I found myself breathing weird. Oh. Alrighty. Do I have like a cleave or anything? I have a bladestorm somewhere. I guess I can just hit things with oh, literal. I have literal cleave. Okay. I don't play arms very much. My DPS warriors for the past couple of years have all been Fury for some reason. Couldn't tell you why. So I couldn't really tell you what these buttons are doing. It's your achievement ratio? I have 36,385 achievement points. I do achievements when they bribe me. So anything that's like a meta for a mount, a pet, maybe a transmog. Not all of them, but like most of those. If it's just for like a title, then it's a maybe. And if it's just for achievement points, I don't usually worry about it. But you get a lot just sort of incidentally. Find Fury more fun. Arms is fine. It's just such a... I mean, I know they mean arms is in weapons, but it's just a funny thing to call warriors because it's like, I'm an arms warrior. I'm a legs paladin. I'm an ankles rogue. It's an extremely stupid joke. It's not even funny. Alright. Off and away. Oh, I need to turn on all of the things so that I can look at... I mean, I don't need to turn on all the things, but otherwise, how am I going to stare at the last two items that I need? Also, it should be on. Oh, it is on. There we go. Don't all warriors use arms? Don't they all have arms? Brains mage, right? Yeah, you'd think lots of people use arms. Prefer Fury because arms got too many buttons. Sand fishing world quest and the Najatar meta. Yeah. That sand fishing one's taking a long time to pop. I've had a few chatters talking about waiting for that one. Elbow Priest is what I play when I refuse to move out with my circles while I'm healing keys. Get out of my way. You move. I'm a delight. I feel like Prot Warrior's got too many buttons. I feel that way as well, but it's because I'm spoiled by Bear. I view Bear as like the true one, so I view Prot Warrior as Bear with extra steps.
5, 4.
Am I happy with the Mythic Plus changes coming?
1.
I'm not intimately familiar with what they're doing, so I couldn't say. It's probably safe to say I'm cautiously optimistic, though. I haven't heard anything that's really outraged me. If I knew what they were doing, I've forgotten. Named warrior since I started in TBC. Same original character all through. Nice job in Blackwing Lair progress. Good luck on the last two. Thank you. I've been running all day for these two in particular, and I haven't seen either of them. It's been very, very mean. Belly. Balance. Oh. Waiting the same two world quests now to get to spawn that I've been waiting on for 2 weeks. Make sure I don't use my leap too early here. Yeah, and then there's another charge. Yeah, it's alright. Warrior doesn't have the worst time coming through here. Could be better, but it could be a lot worse. I just have to get lucky 2 times.
Watch your feet.
Just 2 times. Or extra lucky 1 time. That's the spirit. Leading a whole raid to take him down to a single Worgen boy. Can't get used to some of the added classes over the years. DK was the last one I got into playing. I also find that the classes that I play the least tend to be the newest ones. Even DK I don't. And DK was added like before I started playing, so I really don't have a good excuse, but like... I don't know. 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 I don't Death Knight used to be in kind of a weird position relative to the other classes when they first added it as a hero class. It was really strong for a while, and then they also used to be the only thing that started at a high level, and there was some other wacky stuff about it, I think. But yeah, I spent those 2 patches as a Prevoker. That was pretty cool. But I haven't done a ton of time as a monk. Or a demon hunter. Definitely not a demon hunter.
Watch your feet.
It was crazy strong. But yeah, I don't know if it's because you know what I think it is? I think for me it's not a new class bias, it's an anti-melee bias, because all of the new class DPS specs, with the exception of Devoker, have been melee. Devoker was the first range DPS spec that they added in like a million years. Trying to learn Prevoker? Daunting. Yeah, Prevoker's fancy. There's a lot of stuff you can do. You've got a big old toolkit. Have to admit, do you like Evokers? I love Evoker gameplay. I couldn't stand being a lizard, though. I did not care for it. You can do whatever you want. Purple Mage, go burr. You need to try Arcane Mage now. I do think they're pretty. Yes! Alright, we got the hand cannon. We got one of the 2 things we need. Thank goodness. Because A, this is the awesome one. And B, it was the later one. So now I really just need 1 item from Firemaw. I need Firemaw to cough up these Fallen Crusader leggings. Woo! I got 23 minutes. Maybe I'll get lucky. I can do another couple of runs. Although, they're getting progressively slower over time. I might have another warrior to do. Have you offered an acceptable sacrifice to Firemaw? What do you think he wants? Marshmallows? That's what I would want if my name was Firemaw. Oh look, it's an extra Carminius. Surely this will be profitable for me. Tomorrow might be the first AQ run. It very well could be. Every possibility. Alright, come on, game. Sometimes I feel like I just want to shake it. Marshmallows and hot dogs. Okay. I don't even have a vendor mount on this guy's bar. Grand Expedition. Yeah, let's throw that one up there. And that way we can transmog him if we want to, too. Although his mog looks fine. It's alright. It's fine. It's a remix alt. Who knows what they were for. They were for getting 2,000 gold each. Thanks, chat. Now I want a hot dog. While I have you guys here, here's something that I actually am curious about some opinions and takes on. What do you guys think, or what is your, if you have one, preferred medal for a men's wedding band? Particularly interested in opinions from men who wear them. I know people talk a lot about tungsten, people talk about platinum, people talk about titanium, as well as like the standard golds. I've read a lot of different things in terms of, you know, considerations if you work with heavy machinery, but let's just assume that we're not working with heavy machinery. Tungsten is cheap and hard, but brittle. Titanium is light, but excessively strong. Platinum's expensive, but pretty. Serenite, all hail Yogg. You wouldn't be surprised, actually. So many online threads about men's wedding rings go the Lord of the Rings directions. People just cannot pass up an opportunity to do the one ring that rules them all speech. I'm betting. I'm surprised I haven't seen one here yet. All of my guy friends who are married liked white gold. Titanium and tungsten scares me if I can't take it off. Tungsten, apparently, you can, and I don't know if this is dangerous to do while it's on your hand, but like, The key is not to cut through it. It's just to shatter it with a vice grip because it's so brittle. Mine is black titanium. What? Former wearer of a gold one. They are pretty tough. Stay clear from radioactive metals. That's a good tip. I will do my best. Husband has 14 karat gold. Brother-in-law's is tungsten. Don't think he likes it. Get him a ring pop. I know some people do, like, actually enjoy wearing the silicone ones as well. Or, like, they got them just to wear on vacation or whatever, but then they were like, ooh, this is comfy. Get him a uranium ring. Listen, we like this guy. I want to keep him. I'm not trying to cook him. Oh, sister-in-law likes her silicone one. I was thinking about a silicone one to wear while I was fishing, and he's like, why do you have to wear a ring when you're fishing? Why, you could just leave them at home. And then I'm like, but what if I want to wear a ring? What if I want to look married? Like platinum and titanium when I tried them on. I ordered a cheap tungsten one just to check sizing and just to see on the off chance that it was comfortable. But yeah, kind of curious. Make sure hubby isn't sensitive to any metals. He's not really used to wearing jewelry is another thing, so we're not even 100% sure on whether or not he's gonna wear it every day. He's not really a rings kind of person. Considered a tattoo, trying a silicone. I am nervous about tattoos just because hand tattoos get worn down. I think an actual ring it may last longer than a hand tattoo because your hands go through so much wear and tear that hand tattoos will fade and they will get scuffed looking a lot faster than tattoos in other parts of your body. They're not as permanent as you want them to be. Depending on what you do, but like a lot of people wash their hands often, that kind of thing. He wants a fairly wide band. He wants something that's like sort of classic and traditional looking. He doesn't want something fancy. And then we were looking at silver or like maybe black. But there was some talk about rose gold just to match mine, but I'm not going to make him wear a rose gold band if he doesn't like it. Still not a ring wearer. Never noticed it after a week or two. Get a chain for the ring to wear as a necklace? Yeah. What if a Kaz Algarite ore? Oh, you actually can get uranium glass jewelry. Huh. The symbolism of having the ring is the main thing. Wearing it's personal. I feel like it's nice to have. Yeah. Yeah, we want him to have one. I'm trying not to be too hung up on whether or not he actually wears it, because I know it's just like a comfort thing.
5,
Comfort band rounded on the inside, smooth, feels good to wear.
2, 1.
Had to get black, the gold and silver irritate my skin. Give carbon 6 rings. I'll make a note of that. I was originally trying to find things that shipped from inside Canada, but that might be a bit of a long shot. Okay. We just need Fire Mod to give legs, please. Friend got married with a ring and then got metal from that made into a bracelet because he was happier wearing that. Spendy option, thought it was quite nice. Couple had magnets implanted in their hands so they're always attracted to one another. Oh no. Oh. I'm just appearances, not IDs. Not too worried about that. I don't like that. Oh. We had 12 years. We got silver bands from James Avery. Alrighty. Etsy is a little bit of a throw a darts and hope for the best because a lot of places on Etsy are just drop shipping. They're just drop shipping the same cheap stuff they got off Amazon. It's possible, but you have to be careful to find a legitimate jeweler because there's no guarantees about like the metal content. You don't really know where a lot of the stuff's coming from. I think you can definitely get good stuff off of Etsy, but a lot of it was very suspicious when I was looking at it. It may have gotten worse in recent years as well if you checked like ages ago.
Watch your feet.
Maybe these bosses that you're killing will drop a ring that you like. Magnet implants are fascinating, but if you never needed to have an MRI, stick with gold. Gold is lovely. It is traditional. I do like the idea of it. It's just expensive, especially for like a very large size ring in quite a thick width. It's a lot of money. And then if you're looking for a gold ring but you want the silver appearance, you're looking for white gold. And the way they get it to look like silver while still being gold is to plate it in rhodium. And if it wears down, then you'll need to get it like replated throughout its life compared to yellow gold, which doesn't need that. But he doesn't like yellow gold. And that's fair. I'm not a big yellow gold person either. Gold is everywhere, but antimatter would be truly rare. I mean, it's more expensive than something like tungsten for sure. You can do real wide as long as it's comfort fit. But like, you know, you could get like a 10 or a 14 karat gold ring, and in like my size, that might be like 3 or 4 or 500 Canadian dollars. But then, you know, you get it up into like my fiance's size, and in the men's width, then it's double or triple that at that point. I would vote titanium. And it's not that it's not an option. It's just that we're looking at doing a lot of things this year. If it'll be gold, do they know they can't use it as a fishing lure? I mean, who am I to tell them what you can and can't do? You imagine you whip off the wedding ring, chuck it in the sea, being like, the trout are gonna love this. Knew I got married for a reason. Always upgrade in 5 years too. But I don't want to be cheap about his ring, because he definitely was not cheap about mine. It would not be very fair. Don't know if you guys have David Yurman. I just want him to love it. I don't need him to wear it if he's not comfortable wearing it, but I want him to love it. I want to get him something nice. Best of luck with finding a ring. Thank you. Thanks for all of your, also, I didn't use Freedom once. I had Freedom, and I think I just, like, wandered through it manually. I appreciate all of the opinions and takes, guys. It's a good cross section. Hubby and I got titanium rings, love them, didn't want anything traditional. An ankle bracelet with GPS built in. Oh dear. I need Fire Maw. Fire Maw, come back. You have the only piece of Mog I need. Excuse me, sir. He's not really a necklace kind of guy. He doesn't wear any jewelry. Normally. Not that time. All right. Twist tie ring. Just use a couple of onion rings. Hey, honey. At least you can eat those. Like the gray titanium rings. Nice color. Poor Anthus is de-gnomed. I know, he was so cute as a little gnome paladin. It was such a good size. Possibly odd if he's not used to wearing jewelry at all. Might need 2 rings for balance. Mainly vote for one of the silver medals as a goth. I declare you husband and wife. You may now eat the onion rings. Can I get bridal mozzarella sticks? Do you think bridal mozzarella sticks would cost like 5 times as much as regular mozzarella sticks? Funyun wedding cake. Oh dear. Yeah. When I first started wearing a ring, it took me a lot of getting used to because I wasn't a ring person originally. You know, the first time around. Nuptial nachos. Nuptial nachos. Holy matzamoni. Okay. Which character am I running? Let's do a Death Knight. Let's do a Death Knight. Why not? Holy macaroni and cheese. Okie dokie. We're going to Blackwing Lair. We just need them to give me 1 pair of pants. You know, I've had my earbud in this entire time, And I have yet, like, it's been off. Like, it hasn't been, the sound hasn't been piping through. I'll have to troubleshoot it eventually. But I give it about 50% odds that I forget to troubleshoot it before tomorrow's stream, and I do the exact same thing tomorrow. I've just been talking to silence this whole time. Not that I usually have a huge soundtrack, but... Okie dokie. This one, Black Rockets. And then we're going this way. So she has Death's Advance, which is going to be useful. She also has... Gosh. What's the other sprinty one? It's on my bar somewhere, I thought. Not Path of Frost. Or maybe I needed to spec into it. Wraith Walk? Wraith Walk. Okay, let's spec that. Yeah, so that's like a little baby sprint. What do you normally play for yourself? What do I play for myself? I forgot about the context. Oh, sound-wise? I just like listening to game music and then also hearing my alerts. You know, something comforting about the dungeon music. It's a bit spooky just speaking a cappella. I don't know. AMS? I have AMS. Yeah, because taking any action cancels the effect. I wonder if AMS would do it if you preemptively AMS'd. Alright, this is going to be our last chance for today. We could keep working on it tomorrow. I am slowly running out of good characters, so each run is getting kind of grosser over time. As I get into increasingly worse characters to run this on. It's not very long before we're down to the priests. They're all good. I don't know. When I get to running the priests, I'm just going to auto-run them and, like, get a snack. Come back with, like, a mouthful of chips and then just, like, drive them around the corner and then start running again. Okie dokie. I do love this trans monk. She's so extra. It's just so silly. Mwah. Excellent. I love it when she doesn't run all the way over here, because then I can just work one side to the other and not have to backtrack. Or worry that she's going to explode the room while I'm getting to her. Seems like I made it back in time to see the DK. Indeed you did. We have Wraithwalk ready to go. We have Path of Death's Advance ready to go. You know, a couple of options. I did do the Draenei Heritage Armor quest. It had that guy in it. He said his name a lot. You'd think I would have remembered his name. It'll come back to me as soon as somebody says it. You know what I mean? No, not Arzal. The guy. The meme guy. I'm being so descriptive. How can you possibly not know what I'm talking about? Alright. The Barthos! That's what his name was. Thank you. Yeah. It had the Barthos in it. I wish school papers were like that. Nacho Nacho's new favorite thing.
Your ally here attempted to match his power.
Nefarious' corruption has
Now he
taken
shall
hold.
serve me
I cannot
by slaughtering
control myself.
Get up, little red worm.
You ever just watch the dragon necks when they're shaking their head?
I beg you, mortal.
My dog neck kind of does the same thing. He's also got a bunch of loose skin at the front of his neck. I think he has extra so that he can bend himself back into a banana and still have skin to like stretch out. But it means that when he shakes, his waddle wobbles. I ended up in my quest for lunar coins, going down the rabbit hole of Mordon. Oh, got 2 logs. Very nice. For this raid being 20 years old and having fewer polygons than Scary's left toe,
2,
still looks pretty good.
1.
I like how these bosses just kind of die in front of me. I don't even know how I'm hurting them. I think they're just afraid of me. Yeah, we might be just Stockholm Syndromed into here. But it's just one last piece now. Fire Maw for the legs. He can do it. He can do it. He looked at him funny. Oh yeah, at what point do I show you my pink factory and my new project? I don't think anybody cares. It doesn't matter. If I care, that's good enough. Maybe at the very end of stream, right before I go, I'll pop it open so I can show you what I'm working on. Okay. Alright, I'll do it for you, Jai. So yeah, after this run. Excited for the new Draenei City. Get it during midnight like we got Belemeth during Dragonflight. Okay, so how do I want to do this? Wraithwalk is a 1-minute cooldown. Death's Advance is a 45-second recharge. Let's start with AMS and see if this somehow prevents me from being slowed. Looks like it does. That's a good start. And once that wears off, we're going to Wraithwalk. Or pardon me, Death's Advance, which also gives me a minimum slow thing. So that's good. Keep going. And oh yeah, I guess I have a passive like just a flat one. That's nice actually. I don't know where it is, but and then there's Wraithwalk. And then I have another charge of Death's Advance as well. Which doesn't seem to make a big difference, to be honest with you, actually. Neat. I'll take it. A Wraithwalk. Yeah, DK's not bad, actually. That's better than I thought it was. I didn't realize that, or if I realized, I didn't remember. Also, come on, Firema. You can do it. Help me out. Da-da-da. Darn it. That even without using any of your actives, you still have... There must be a passive here somewhere that stops you from being slowed fully. I don't know what the passive is, but, you know, something. It's Death's Advance. Oh!
Watch your feet.
That's weird. Alright. I'll take it. How dare one button have an active and a passive skill? You're doing too much. I'm not complaining, though. It is weird. That is a little weird. Alright, well, oh, hang on. I gotta teleport her out just in case we somehow don't get this Forsaken thing before next week. You know what? We're gonna get it. It's fine. If not, it's not like it takes that long to get here. I'm just gonna log out on her, and then I'll do a real quick update of how the factory is going, or my new project in it, and then I will leave for the day. Steam? Satisfactory? I think it'll kick me back to my Hearthstone, which is, I'm pretty sure, might be Mudsprocket. Might be Mudsprocket. I don't, yeah. Okay. So we can kill this one. And then bear with me just a minute. This is my duo file with Flabby, but I'll just show you what I've gone off to go do with my custom color swatch that I like. I really enjoy that you are able to set custom, like you can use hex codes if you want, or you can like just pick them off the wheel. Custom colors for your Satisfactory stuff, because it means that you can then color everything if you want, you know? Because honestly, I know that the default orange is kind of like, hang on a second. You guys can't see this. One moment. The default orange is kind of, there we go. It's kind of classic, but also it's kind of ugly. Oh no, it's nighttime. So this is, hang on a second. This is a work in progress. This is the beginnings of the logistics floor for my motor factory that I was trying to make to kind of like practice how to make like dedicated parts factories. So I was trying to make like the pink, and maybe when the sun comes up this will be easier to see because I didn't add any lighting. The pink one are inputs and the blue ones are outputs. So the pink ones are splitters and the blue ones are mergers. But let's see here. It's under construction. So I think I have I've got a little lookout that we can look out from up there. So I'm trying to set it up so that it will eventually, when I've fully got it hooked up, which is going to be a big project because all I've hooked up so far are the iron smelters, it should be making motors at a rate of 10 motors per minute. I want to go up to this thing so I can show you from above. Also, when the sun comes up, you'll see my color scheme a little better. But look, They're pink with a little bit of teal. I did the fences. I did a bunch of the constructors. It's so much prettier than the orange ones. They're so cute. This I obviously haven't done yet, but you know, we can fix that. This is temporary anyways, but there we go. Make it pink. I'm like the fairy in Sleeping Beauty. Don't worry about my rifle. I don't know how to aim it anyways. All right. So this is my new domain. This is going to be set up to make motors. This is far too big of a project. This is like when I tried to cross-stitch a stocking as my first ever cross-stitch project. This was a mistake, and I do regret it. This is satisfactory. But let me give you a little tour. I tried labeling things so I could keep straight what the different things are going to be for when I finally get all of it routed, which pray for me because I'm dumb. Anyway, these are the smelters that are going to be making iron ingots. These are assemblers that I think are going to be making rotors. Okay, so those are the rotor assemblers. These are going to be, I think, the copper bar smelters. And then we've got the steel foundry over here because you need steel to make the stators. I'm using all default recipes. So I'm trying to wire everything to go like down, like up, like I'm trying to wire everything to use the logistics floor so all of the belts are under there, so it's just all the crafting stuff. I'm going to run power lines overhead of all of these buildings when I finally put a roof on the darn thing. And then these are the motors are going to be at the very... Honestly, I'm lost. But I'll show you what I was watching YouTube videos, as you do when you get too into a game. And I came across somebody recommending satisfactory tools, which is how you know that you have reached critical failure in your plans of being productive for the day. And what this is really nice for is that it kind of lays out for you what so I see I want to make motors and I want to make 10 per second. This is the plan that I was kind of building all of this off of, so I can see how much iron per minute I need. I can see how many machines, so I need 8 smelters. One of them is going to be clocked at half speed. Over here I can see I'm going to need 6 wire constructors, one of them clocked at 33 speed. Repeating. And it shows you things like what your power requirements are in total. It shows you all of the items you need to make all of it. It has like a list of buildings. So I've got 37 constructors, 2 foundries, 11 smelters, 11 assemblers. And those are like the mats to make all of those things. And I like the visualization a lot. So this is what I've been trying to work off of. I think my plan to do the ratio splitting is to just do it with a manifold. So I figure I'm just going to have it load up the iron smelters, and then when they're full, it's just going to send the rest of it to the foundry because I don't want to do math, and I don't mind a longer startup time. So I'm going to try that, and then I'll find out if I'm stupid and I've forgotten something. I have a feeling that when I finally get all of this hooked up properly, and I try to turn the darn thing on, it's not going to work, and I'm going to be like, why? Like, I'm not going to be able to figure out what's going wrong with it because I can't see any of the inputs, really. Like, I'll be able to see the red and the yellow and whatever, like the green lights showing that they're working. But normally, with my old spaghetti mode, I could actually see the mats going into them, which makes them easier to identify. And this way, they're completely hidden, which is clean looking, but also kind of harder to troubleshoot. So I'm going to need to do a real... careful job of hooking it all up because like all of these things are going to need specific things. Like I can't just hook up anything to anything. Like I needed to go very specifically. So iron is going to come in here and then it goes through these splitters. So we've got like a basic manifold line that wraps around. So this is going to feed iron to my row of 8 smelters. And then the blue ones are the mergers that are taking the bars. So these are going to have bars. They're going to start over there and then again loop around to here. It's going to be real cramped because it's not big enough for what I'm trying to do because motors was the wrong choice of the thing to do this with first. But I'm going to take, I guess this is where my bars are going to come out and I'm going to need to route that around to the next place that needs the bars, which is going to be the rods, which I think are up here. So we're not making any big factory crossing belts yet, but it's going to get ugly. It's going to get really ugly. I picked way too big of a project, but I'm really actually quite satisfied with how it's going so far. And it's very different from anything that I had tried to set up to this point because if you saw me tour around the main factory base earlier, it's just a hot mess. It's just a bunch of random stuff everywhere. So this is a lot cleaner. It's obviously not anything super difficult or fancy, but for me, it's very difficult and fancy, so I'm very happy with it. I cannot turn it on yet. I need to do like another 6 hours of work on it before... I want everything hooked up before I turn any of it on. I want everything already ready to go so I can have one big aha moment and then I can cry when it doesn't work. But I want to at least try to have everything routed properly. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be burning power and making ingots that I don't need yet. So, but I liked this where I was color coding the inputs and the outputs with the color swatches, and I also like that they're pretty in pink and blue. And then this is the fun little roller coaster for the output manifold to go through because I didn't want it to clip with anything, so I gave it a little bit of a loopy-loop. Can you turn it on stream? I don't know, man. I think that's something that might happen at 11 at night while I'm avoiding my problems. I am going to wrap up for the day. Thank you for coming along on Hazel's Satisfactory Tour. I appreciate your company. I'll be back tomorrow with more MOG runs. I need one thing from Blackwing Lair, and I'm not out of characters yet, so there is still time. I appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.